Yeah, they are.
We're live.
What could possibly go wrong?
Everything. It's only pink fire.
Pink Fire's best fire, beautiful people. What is up? It is Saturday night. We're going to try to melt your face off and warp your mind before our faces get completely melted off. Man, it's been technical nightmare week here at the LGC family. Everyone's had their own special bit of like, fuck you, and because that's why.
Yep. The moral of the story is technology is terrible and we should really just go live in the woods.
Yeah. With the techno tree. Wait, what kind of
with techno tree? What? It's just like a giant California redwood that just blasts rave music.
No, man, it was the only hippie transformer they had. They only made one. It was a prototype. It ate a small child.
That's techno hermit. Actually, that was basically the Beast Machines cartoon. There was actually a techno tree.
Oh, what?
Yeah, she was like a sexy techno tree.
Huh.
Yeah, children's cartoons, man.
Not even once, man. Not even once. How's everybody doing? Hopefully, maybe in the next week or two, people will be allowed outside of their homes.
Hopefully.
Maybe. But, you know, things will definitely change. Somebody brought up a good point. They're like, do you think like sporting events are ever going to happen again? You're going to get 60,000 people in a stadium at one time? Anytime?
Considering the amount of money that moves, oh, hell yeah.
Unless it's free. I don't know. You got to think like right now is probably, you could probably take a bus across America for like genuinely like $1.50.
Oh yeah, like now's the best time to travel. You shouldn't fucking travel. Stay in your houses, people.
A couple of my friends have been buying kind of like YOLO buys because airfares are stupid cheap, but you can buy out a couple of months out, still it's stupid cheap. And they're gambling on like maybe nothing crumbles completely and we'll be able to take some wicked cheap vacations.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I always wanted to go to Japan for $200.
Right, round trip, first class.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Jesus shit, with the amount of like inflated fees airlines have, like, yeah, I don't feel bad for them.
Nope.
Yeah, Ryanair, they have reasonable pricing, but like a round trip for me and Nori from here to Portugal is like 120 pounds-ish. So it's still significant.
Why would you want to go back?
I don't. Someone else does.
You could go to like the Netherlands or like Prague or something.
Listen, man, it's Pedro. Pedro doesn't care where he's at, but once he's there, he's like, I'm good.
Yes.
Except when I need to go back to Portugal.
There are, you know, loving influences.
It's self-preservation mechanism. I mean, it's something everyone picks up.
I just hate being in airplanes.
I'm passed out on airplanes, so it doesn't bother me.
Yeah, see, yeah, what I found out is now you can order edibles on the OCS.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I'm just gonna eat this chocolate bar and pass out. The problem is, especially with traveling to the States, I'm gonna travel between these two places where this substance is legal, but I can't take it in the air.
Yeah.
I can walk outside, pull out a doobie, produced from the ether, and no problem on either side, as long as you're not smoking indoors, right? That's what people care about.
That'll kill somebody, man. Come on.
Oh
ether
man,
doobies.
Super doobies, man. It's like Scooby snacks, but
yeah. See, that would be like a great mutant power, just to like be like what's his name, Afro Samurai, and just like produce joints from just random places, like Mad Sweeney, but with like weed.
Happy Easter, Foxy.
Lag.
Are you gonna have sex with a rabbit, as is tradition?
Fertility festivals, baby.
Yeah.
Praise be to Astara.
Yeah.
Let's have that.
Oh man, I found a Twitter account called No Context Chick Tracts. I posted it in Discord earlier.
Mm-hmm.
But like, for those of you who don't know, Jack Chick wrote some insane Christian propaganda back in the 70s and 80s, in the form of like little comic strips, and like some of them are just ridiculous. That was the one where like the lady starts playing Dungeons and Dragons, and now because her character died, she has to die. But not for the power of Jesus, she is saved. Because only Jesus can roll a natural 20 against your soul.
That's set. 3-shot. Man, stripper poles are expensive, right?
Are they?
Yeah.
Well, I guess like the are. How expensive are we talking? Like
For like a legit one, couple $100.
okay, I like yeah. If you want it like
Like a
anchored, so that I
workout
could.
one. Yeah, that they're sold
Yeah.
as like
Yes.
exercises. Like yeah, that's a word you could use for what you're selling there, but okay.
Dude, human. I don't care who the fuck you are. Human flags are hard. Like, you can get in really good shape doing pole dancing.
You thought they'd be a little cheaper though, Mike, right? Buy one like slightly used on eBay?
Maybe. I think
It depends on how many STDs you want with it.
I don't know if it's a good brass one, then it's sterile, right?
Yeah.
I mean that.
No,
that's
I mean
how,
that is brass, yeah.
Yeah, that's how brass works.
Antibacterial by itself.
Yep. No, but like all the home workout stuff on like Amazon or eBay is like jacked up in price because like people can't go to the gym anymore.
Yeah, just I don't know. I mean, I gotta say, humanity as a whole, society has coped. They take instructions better than I thought. I did see my first like toiletries wipe
Oh, you just go in and there's just like no TP.
at Publix, man. It was just like gone. And it's like everything else is perfectly fine. Not even a little bit out. It's like just like, huh, first time.
So like every time I've been to a Publix, it's been in like Fort Lauderdale or
Florida,
Miami.
right,
Yeah.
yeah.
So my expectations with Publix is kind of already calibrated low.
No, they have the one we have here in Athens is everything from Athens is gentrified hipster bullshit. But
Right.
it's nice.
Oh, you got one of the good Publixes.
Yes, like the places you would normally expect, like weird, man. Like the dollar stores are like all bricked out and stuff, and they have like produce and shit. And I'm like, okay, well, fine, be like that.
Yeah.
Kroger's got tap beer where you can fill up your growler. Like, fine. It's a college town, man.
Yeah. Foxy, you want to know how hard pole dancing is? You try doing it and then come back and tell me.
All right, I think we'd all go in, Michael.
Oh yeah. I do very poorly because I don't have the upper body strength necessary. But like, yeah, dude, it's all like isometric holds and shit. It's hard. It's like doing yoga, right? Like, oh, this isn't too bad. Yeah, hold this for about 20 minutes though, and by the end of it, you're like, fuck.
What's wrong with you people?
Yeah, you do this to yourself? Yeah, you should come to the class where we do it in a really hot room. Fuck no.
You can catch a buzz. Like, that's okay. I got drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No thanks.
right. We do actually have a little bit of news for you this afternoon. Give everyone
we have hate mail this week.
A little bit.
Surprising.
People are at home, nothing to do, man. Think about it.
They just gotta scream into the void. Yeah, when in doubt, scream into the void.
You get like that, man. I was in the Door Forum last night. And I was going to provide like screamy help. Like, would you just shut up and quit pretending you didn't? And it's like, you know what? No, I'm not going to. But I could feel that. It's like, I just need to like get that out of my system. Like, no, don't take it out on that person. Someone else will. That's the Door Forum. What's that?
It's
That's the Pope.
It's a pope on a rope.
I've ruled out getting a disco ball.
Oh, I thought you said. I thought you were going for like. I ruled out getting a giant inflatable pope.
I ruled out a disco pope.
Things I didn't say. Thank you very much.
Disco pope.
No, ruled out.
I got an inflatable disco pope. Thank you very much.
See. And we're just going to shut up and not comment on that because there's no...
If you get a Pope Muppet, is it a Popet?
Going to tie one on. You know what?
Nope, no cancer on that one. That was just bad. Okay, gotcha.
No. Just see, I'm always led to believe that's been in the works since probably like Thursday.
Probably. That's what you think. It was Wednesday.
Might have been Wednesday. Listen, everyone copes with working at home differently.
If you'll excuse me, I'm going to go back into the shame ball.
Oh man.
I pulled out the I'll go back under my bridge now at work a couple of times.
I've just been getting like increasingly disheveled on like the video calls.
Oh. Pedro,
Yeah,
I think
no,
you still got some buffer underruns or overruns, buddy.
That's odd.
Yay! I'm not the only one
now.
with problems today. Now I can die in peace.
Journal CTL B0. No. Nothing that's showing up on my end.
I'll have a byte perfect copy. So I don't have any audio equipment between this computer. Yeah, there's nothing on this end to pop is the problem.
I have our problems, Foxy. I have so many our problems.
I mean, last time you mentioned that, I did look it up and I did see a couple of overruns actually. But no, nothing now.
Is your Wi-Fi enabled?
No, I disabled that as part
Is your
of
Bluetooth
figuring
enabled?
out why that was happening. And I figured out why it was happening. It was because I had Clamp AV installed, and every couple of minutes it was like doing a check.
Clam AV, and you give me shit for running SE Linux?
Admittedly, I only installed it to check on a friend's external hard drive, and then I forgot to remove it afterwards.
Well, I don't want to spoil it, but I'm pretty sure Clam AV probably wasn't the issue.
Yeah, it was.
You can prove that how?
The buffer overruns stopped happening.
Oh, we're still getting a little clicking.
You told me to crank it up. I mean, I don't see the red light coming on.
It's
the interface.
Never mind, Pedro. I'll fix it in post, buddy. I don't feel like arguing tonight.
Yeah. The last thing I have on the logs is from 6 minutes ago.
What's your
Supervising
RT?
5 threads of 3 processes of...
What is your RTIRQ settings at? Do you have USB prioritized?
I'm running the defaults.
Do you even have RTIRQ installed?
Does it come by default?
The answer to that, kids, is no.
Ah.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
I mean, I could give it a reboot.
Yeah. It's one of the benefits of multi-track recording. I just gotta catch it once. Tomorrow morning. And take care of it. I'm not
Okay.
necessarily worried about tonight. What I'm worried about is it showing up when you're trying to do a stream by yourself and as you're getting like some shit like that. Trying to look out for you, buddy.
Okay. Thank you. Well, yeah, no, look, again, last time you mentioned it, I saw it, and, that's not happening anymore, so...
Nothing I'm gonna say. A lot of people live with one monitor. That's some bullshit.
It is some bullshit, yes.
It is some bullshit, because what? The third time I tried to drag that to a non-existent desktop, I was like, wait a minute, that's not going to work. That's why it keeps getting bigger. All right. We'll let this run for a second. Let me get something to drink then. We will get on to it.
Yes.
What are you expecting in Austin tonight? Empty streets?
Stone cold.
Stone cold? All right. Egg size hail? That one doesn't work. Because it could still be hail-sized eggs and the same thing. Yeah.
Oh, like it could be like caviar, right? Like little tiny eggs.
Could it be frozen squid from space?
Shut up, Ozymandias.
Damn it!
Yeah, no, I for one very much appreciate not just the working from home, but the social distancing bit. I get to steer away from people in Tesco's and no one gives me a weird look. Yes. Oh. Yeah, no, it was warm here today, which, you know, it's odd. I hope this doesn't keep happening for too long because... Yeah, last year, we had summer a bit earlier here and then it rained a lot, so... It'd be nice if summer could wait till, you know, summertime. Right, Pennywise? It's like, you get to go out and indulge in all your introverts, like, don't touch me, things, and everyone accepts that because it's normal. Ah. And the answer, Scott, is yes.
World of Warcraft.
No, seriously, I just partly I blame Strider because he got the Need for Speed World fan resurrection thingy up and running on Lutris, and I've been running that. I've been running that the whole time, and I've been playing a lot. In fact, let me check Lutris. Let's see. Lutris.
What are you doing using Lutris, man? Only hackers
61
use that.
hours. I have played Soapbox Race World, aka Need for Speed World, for 61 hours and 58 minutes, according to Lutris.
I thought Linux was the illegal hacker operating system.
Which one was Linux?
Ah, yes, Linux Voltus.
Lumix.
Lumix.
Lumix is actually something, though, I think.
Oh, man. When you're talking about, like, Linux distributions, you can just make one up. There's a good chance.
Okay, Lumix is a Panasonic camera. All right. That's where I know that from.
Hey, we did troubleshoot Return to Castle Wolfenstein Coop.
Did you ultimately return to Castle Wolfenstein?
You know what? We figured out that, hey, Direct Connect, that works, because that server mechanism is busted.
Yeah.
It kind of works sometimes, kind of doesn't. But I think what I've came up with is that was just, the first, like, 2 levels. We just Power Man 5000 our way through it. And we had it on hard, and we had friendly fire on, which that worked
made it
about
extra
as well.
hard.
Well, pretty much. I mean, taking fire from all sides. But I think we're going to be, we're going to come back to it Friday. We're going to keep friendly fire on. We're going to keep it on hard. But there's a mechanic to limit the amount of respawns, how many lives you get for each level.
It's like
So
it's
we're
like
going to be restarting that level a lot.
You know what? Depending on how many people we have, if we're clever about it, and, if, like, out of the gate, we just gun down everyone else.
Now,
Then we only get the one
through
life.
Now, here's the question though. Like, how does the difficulty scaling work? Is it like does it keep
It
it like
spawns
consistent?
more
So-
enemies.
More enemies, and they're made of sponge.
Right.
Yeah.
So like, if you go in with 8 people and then you just murder all but 2, is the difficulty still scaled for 8 people?
I don't know. I'm more impressed by the
Probably.
tensile strength of the string on your right sleeve. It just comes straight out.
Oh.
Yeah, raise your right
Oh,
arm.
yeah. Makes your arm jet up randomly.
No, the string that you have, like, poking straight out. When you raise your arm.
All right.
What? No, it's not you, Pedro. Everyone keep an eye out for it.
Yeah.
Other arm. There it is.
Oh, so I do. Not anymore.
LGC cares. People, let's do a
Man,
show.
I should have kept that in there and pissed someone off.
Oh, it would have.
Yeah. God damn it.
I didn't say tear it out.
I thought you were referring to like some like graphical glitch in the game, or like, yeah, there's a string on your arm, and if you pull it up, you go. No.
No. Let's see.
All right.
Damn it, I'm trying to think where you could put the string that would fuck with someone right now.
I can just like hang it right here.
All right.
Put it up my nose and sneeze it out at some point.
Let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We're going to do this. I am flying on a very, very beta copy of Adore this evening with some new hardware. So I'm telling
Leave
you,
some buffer room to catch fire.
as I'm telling Jordan and Pedro, if like poof, disappear, things go silent, that's what it is. So, no need to pre-panic. I'm just kidding. Always pre-panic. You triggered it. All right. We're trying to get rid of that.
Panicking is highly encouraged.
All right.
Probably have to gonna build our own Jitsi box. Let me nuke this automation. Lanes. Okay, we are armed. Bounce. That. Good. F1. That is recording. That is recording. Okay. Blam. This thing has so much damn play in it. Anyway. And welcome back to another Linux Gamecast Weekly, the show that covers the latest Linux gaming news, reviews, how-tos, and most importantly, whatever the hell else we come up with. We're back. We're in one place. We're not going stir crazy. Not completely stir crazy. Maybe not just yet. Anyway, I'm Vince Stone. That's Jordan Swing. That's Pedro Mateus. And you at home, Chatroom Dynamic, helping us form Cocaine Voltron. But back to it, man. What's the weirdest thing that you've done stuck at home this week, Pedro?
Well, let's see. I was crawling under my desk trying to figure out exactly why my UHD monitor went dead. Turns out, DisplayPort 2 on the GTX 1080 decided, you know what, screw you and the high horse you rode in on. I'm just going to die now. And die it did.
We were talking earlier about I've never had one, but Jordan, you've known a person.
I mean, I've worked IT, right? Like,
Yeah.
you get like dead display ports or like dead HDMI ports, and I have a friend who like had one die on them. It's just it's a thing that happens occasionally, and you can't predict it, and you're like, well, what the fuck, right? Like,
Yep.
What sucks is if like that was like the only one of those ports you had on your video card, and now you have to go buy another cable.
One of the things
for,
I
like-
brought up to Pedro was like, it's a good thing we live in this future. We're like, I'll just use one of the other ports on the card, right?
Yeah, it has 3, so I can I can swap it around.
Oh man, could you imagine this was back in the day when like your only other output was like an S video out?
I have those cards, man. I have those. Right.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Do you remember like the Moon Future? I remember the first time I got like a dual DVI card. I was like, oh. But
Two
it was
monitors.
no, that was the thing though. It was a ridiculous luxury because I couldn't afford 2 flat panel screens. I could barely afford this one. And yeah, weird times. Have you done anything weird being stuck in your captivity?
No, I'm like maybe 3/4 of the way to going like full Jack Torrance.
Oh, okay.
Just type in front of a typewriter. All work and no play makes Homer something. But yeah, no. I've been dabbling with the joys of dog ownership. I stepped in. I got up to go to the bathroom this morning. I missed it on the way out, but on the way back to the bed, dog poop right on the floor.
Shoes, no shoes. I mean,
no shoes.
oh, toes.
Yeah, so then that's hopping on one foot back to the bathroom and spending 20 minutes cleaning off mush dog shit off my foot.
Think about it this way. At least you didn't wake up after a 15-minute nap going, wait a minute.
Yeah.
What's that smell on my chest?
Oh, even worse, man. Over here now, I got a thing, but this thing, it allows me
Spins?
to... not really. It's really cheap, but I'll be talking about more later. It's just a additional control surface. So, because I'm trying to do this, it keeps me from having to stop doing another thing over here. So I can just reach over and touch and do that. But it is making me run a newer version of a door that is completely not ready for production. Hi, from production. We're using it right now. So
That's the best place to test your code, right?
there's that. Also,
That's where all the bugs are.
I had my old man moment. I've already told both of you about this. Just like Wake on LAN. It's been a thing. Haven't had any reason to have Wake on LAN in my life, even in my house or anything. I haven't even thought about it in like a decade until I was like, wait a minute. I got to get this with like Jackbox, which is way over there now. And it's around and walking all the way around this desk and all the way back. That gets tired around the 16th reboot you're doing in 30 minutes. So set it up. I was surprised. Good on you, MSI. This cheap B350 motherboard. Oh, it's got that supported. Boom. Put it in there. Doop, doop. Okay, can I send you a magic packet? Oh, I can do it from desktop terminal. Not a problem. It's like, had never thought of this, but it's like, I bet you could do this through an Android. I went to the Android store. Naive. Like, I wonder if someone else has thought of, oh, yeah, clearly.
Yeah.
There's 900 of them. And I was like, what color do you want it? It's like, geez, all right, fine. And didn't even have the fun with it. It's like, drag down to discover your network. Because I'd already getting ready to punch in the MAC address if this was going to work, this crazy moon technology, and just found it. And I hit it and it cut on. And I was like, yay. So, yeah.
Yay, ARP.
Yeah, that happened. But you just can't automatically cut on the horse with a touch of a button.
I mean, scientists have dreamed of one day doing so.
Ooh, advanced technology.
But that is in the far distant future. That's advanced technology. It's the STIME!
Linux.
Update
of the
Wake.
Of the Wake.
All right, check it out, man.
Technology. Yeah, so Valve put together a little news post trying desperately to keep developers on Steam and not going to other stores. It's like, hey guys, successful games are actually making more money in 2019 than in 2018 because of the changes we implemented. They give you a lot of data, and I tried going through it, but my eyes kind of rolled over in the back of my head. But they're nice enough to give you a TLDR. Successful games are earning more money, but unsuccessful games are earning less money. And that's sort of the rub.
That is kind of it, man. One of the things that struck me is like 80% of the Steam games have earned under $5,000 in their first 2 weeks. But doesn't that kind of roll back to just the idea of, okay, if I'd spent like the last 2 years of my life and I was like mortgaged to the hilt with loans, and that's all I got versus like, hey, this is something I just made in my spare time. Oh, look, $5,000. Neat.
Yeah.
There's two different ways of looking at that.
Yeah. I mean, discoverability has been one of those things that Valve has been like fighting to figure out some kind of solution for, because they mention it in the news post, like, we made a decision to make the Steam store public. There's no curation, blah blah blah, because we want to hand it off to curators and influencers and so on and so forth. But the problem there is like, well, how do you get your game in front of people? And with the sheer volume of games being put on Steam, how do you do that? So Valve doesn't have a solution, but what they can tell you is if your game does succeed on Steam, you will make slightly more money. That's it.
Yeah,
that's definitely true, man. It's just what was it, Steam Spy that had the all the pricing data and all that other fun stuff?
Yeah. That Epic pulled, and they're like, hey, remember that website? Yeah, we've been funding that secretly for like 2 years. So
yeah.
That's the...
And as a companion to this article, look up the Ars Technica article, where they basically, from the data that Valve shared with this article, they sort of extrapolate a couple of other things. It's very interesting. Very interesting indeed.
Extrapolation, you say?
Well, it's better than the extraponulation. We don't do that anymore. Not on this show. Not this close to Lag Day.
I think we're worse off for it, though.
Amen.
Yes.
Artifacts.
But hey, maybe you'd like to go back to Artifact.
Yep.
I don't know why you would, but apparently a lot of people did. Like 525 of them on average over the past month.
I don't know.
Which
hang on. Was that? Oh, wow. Okay. I wouldn't brag about that. Just looking at this is from PC Games and all this in our show notes. Artifact saw a peak of 535 concurrent players. Man,
yep.
I'd brag about that if it was like Tomato Clicker or Horse Clicker.
Yeah, if it was like a teeny tiny little indie game, not a Valve game.
Well, that's the thing. This isn't Valve bragging about it. This is PC Games and covering it because they've been watching Steam charts.
Yeah,
but yeah, like I don't know. Valve did say, we covered it last week, they're trickling out the changes, so maybe some people are getting them already. And like,
that's the thing. They're not trickling them out yet. They're still working on the boring stuff. That's what they said.
And I mean, who knows? Like, maybe there are people who actually really like the game, but were turned off by having to pay money for cards. I honestly, I think like we're gonna get our answer once the free version comes out to see how well it actually does. I don't think it's gonna do particularly well because that ship has sailed already, but
when you say that, Jordan, do you think I'm right in saying like the whole card game genre is done, it's baked, it's sailed as a whole? Like, there's not really any. It's the equivalent of coming out with a new MMO. I'm like,
So I would say, like, at least in the physical space, like TGCs are dominated by Yu-Gi-Oh and like Magic the Gathering, right? Yeah. Online, it's still Magic the Gathering because of MTG Arena. They're doing a good job with that. And
MTG Arena and Hearthstone.
And Hearthstone, yeah. So it's one of those things where like Microsoft comes in. I have a mobile OS too, you guys. Like the major players have established themselves, and you got to do something really, really crazy to get people's attention at this point.
kudos.
It's like MMOs and WoW, right? If you're inevitably going to be compared to that.
Oh, when you say like Windows, I just want to give a sidejack, a little bit of a shout out because I watched like the development log on OBS. That dude maintaining RT, he's still up to it, man. Windows RT.
I guess if you got like an RT tablet and you want to use it as like a slider or something, maybe?
I want one now because those things existed for what, 30, 35 seconds? They're like,
you can buy the Surface RTs for reasonably cheap on eBay, actually.
I guess like the supply level, Microsoft expected to ship more units, so it's not like a super rare piece of kit. There's just a bunch of new in-box ones.
Well, it's like my I have the BlackBerry tablet that runs like QNX. And I'm like, that's neat. And BlackBerry's like, oops, they're bad, whatever. Oh, speaking of hardware, man, check this out. A new patent has been published from Valve of a Steam controller with swappable components. That's right, it's got interchangeable bits that you can lose, just like that new Xbox controller that's like $200. What we're looking at is effectively what you would imagine with a Steam controller. It's got two areolas on it. It's got and I like looked at the patent. It's like, wait, are the buttons bigger? No, they look roughly the same as the ones I have right now. And you still have your D-pad, but the D-pad there's an image below that for your standard, four-way D-pad or, just your analog bit. And that's really it. Am I missing anything?
Well, what I find interesting was this was what the SMOC kind of pitched originally. Was like the swappable face buttons, which I actually thought was a good idea, because like if you're gonna have a controller that's supposed to be an open platform, it would be nice to be able to make it work like the controller you want. But
the Smashy did it with the areola controllers.
Yeah, I guess this is This is just a patent for the analog stick D-pad, but there could be more incoming. I don't know. Like it seems like if you're going to introduce one modular part for your controller, that seems oddly specific.
Introduce all the modulars, please.
Well, hang on. I mean, if you have your Steam controller, think about like that as your standard cross D-pad. That would be that big. It'd be like only 6 inches.
They could make it so it overlaps the little plastic thingy.
Yes, Steve. Yes, Pedro. They could make it look dumber.
Yes. Seriously, you're talking about a controller with 2 areolas on it. You're talking about it being dumber.
Now, you leave my TV remote out of this.
Now, I gotta be the fun police about this, but of course, it's just a patent. They may just be putting this down so that, like, yeah, we have the rights to this. Go fuck yourself.
Well, so I mean, how do you even get a patent on? I don't know. Good luck with it.
You could get a patent on rounded edges. Apple did it, so
there's this. This is true.
The slide to unlock.
Yeah.
Memory fix.
Yeah. For the 2 of you who bought Alex and are playing it via Proton on your Index, lo and behold, Valve still got your back, man.
They do, man.
Yeah, apparently a couple people were trying. Apparently, one of the 2 people has a GTX 970. They were running out of memory, so now Alex is a little better about memory management on Proton, and you know what? I bet you that probably trickles over to Windows too. And you know what? Lowering memory profile requirements, it's just a good optimization for most games, period. So,
I kind of want to take the Pepsi challenge on this because as much, I don't even like, I've already said it, so I've already whispered it into being. What if they just they're working on this because it's going to have a Linux version, but it's also going to be Proton.
Maybe. I don't know.
Official Proton,
That's what I'm saying. We're refining the pipeline because we want to onboard more VR games on Linux, and this is a good way for us to learn how to do that and make the tools.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Like, maybe this isn't so much for Alex specifically. Maybe this is just like VR support in general, because like you said, we want to be able to onboard more people. That means making sure that Proton can run these VR games as good as it possibly can.
Right. Still, I don't know. How much do like the original Vives go for though? Are they still ridiculously cheap? They didn't make enough to where they were just like.
I couldn't tell you. I haven't looked up the price of one of those since it came out.
I want to play Alex, man, but I want to play Alex when I find like a Vive, a full kit of Vive for like $10.
No, what we got to do is we got to like set up a corner of your house and like get some yellow tape to make it look like the holodeck, and just have you like walk into a wall at some point.
Dude, I have a dining room with nothing in it, so
you gotta set up the holo shed. You should do it.
If we can make it happen, man.
Yes.
Neverwinter Nights. That's something Pedro likes.
It is, and build 819310 is now available if you're tracking the development branch. I am. And it's always fun to see like the new stuff that Beamdog has managed to find in the old engine and that they can improve now. This one, it fixes a bunch of like the post-processing effects that they introduced with the enhanced edition, like a super sampled ambient occlusion. That's the accuracy and the performance on that have been improved. Dynamic contrast, same old, same old. Depth of field, they've also changed the configuration that you can set in the config files to be a bit more granular. The visual effects that you can place with the tool set, those once you build the module and you are playing it in game, those effects are now subject to the same level of post-processing that you have enabled for everything else. And the one that jumped out at me was actually double kicking a player. If you like booted a player and then you boot it again before the like little instance timed out, the server, it doesn't anymore, so they fixed that.
What just happened? We had a little glitch.
Yeah, okay, I thought that was on my end. Jesus Christ. Pedro, are you still jacked into the Matrix? Are you getting turned into an Agent Smith?
No.
Are you sure? Are you sure, Mr. Anderson? Oh man, the other thing that did come with this update is they added a bunch of the scripts for the premium modules. So if you want to use those as a base for your own mod, now you can.
That's neat. I really wish do you ever find any games like that? You look at it, you can look at it from the outside and like, oh, I get it. It's just not for me though, man. I can't extract any joy from it.
That's me with most racing games.
Oh, speaking of racing games, good news, everyone. Yeah, Grip. Wait, are we talking about Grip or Grid?
No, this is Grid.
Ah, okay. Man, where am I in the show?
GURP.
The GURP?
I don't know. I think you wrote that. I don't know. Sometimes we just mess with each other in like the article headings, and I don't even know anymore.
Okay.
I always saw that story. It said Grip, but it was about Grid.
Grid 2019. This is, you know them, you love them, Code Weavers, right, man? And
Codemasters, but yeah, close enough.
Codemasters, Code Weavers. Same. It starts with a co.
It's a wine port. It's Code Weavers. No.
Clearly, man. But we have Linux and Mac depots that have shown up. Now, I was looking at the game itself, and I noticed, I was like, hey, wait a minute. Didn't this one use the DX12s? And, that was for...
It does.
So do you think that's going to be kind of interesting? We have no idea who could possibly be bringing this title to Linux. None.
Is it Aspire?
That would involve them releasing a Linux port of another game.
Is it virtual programming?
That would involve them releasing any Linux ports at all.
Do you know what?
Is it CD Projekt Red? They're great at making Linux games.
If it's virtual programming, I'll buy you a copy.
Sure, why not?
What do we think about this picture? This one's more in the lines of arcade racing, a little more, less of a simulation, but I mean, it's
about as arcade racy as Grid Auto Squirt. that we actually looked at a while back was. Honestly, I would have preferred Dirt Rally 2.
This I don't know. I'm a huge fan of the genre of racing, and
I am.
glad that we have a strange abundance of it on Steam, modern games, but all from the company that I'm just not a fan of the racing games.
Grid Auto Squirt wasn't terrible, but yeah, no, I much prefer Dirt Rally.
We gotta get you on like a Gran Turismo on like an RPCS3 or something. See how you like that.
Yeah,
I tried Gran Turismo on the PS2.
I played it on the PS1. That was I like just psychotically arcade like the distance.
Yes.
Dude, just give
Distance,
me wings
grip.
Yeah. Grip is
Need for
fun.
Speed World.
Yeah. I mean, something that's fun. It's something that you don't really necessarily take seriously, but give me something vaguely resembling Newtonian-based physics, and
Vaguely being the operative word there.
I think they've kind of been doing that with Gran Turismo, but again, as someone who does not grok racing games, shrug emoji, right? Like,
so the juggernauts,
ring.
the gaming masterminds that brought us Overgrowth 2, eventually.
No, I think it was just Overgrowth.
Lugaroo and Lugaroo 2, and then Overgrowth. Yes.
Yeah.
We're not going to get a sequel to that titan of a game.
Maybe
Bunny Rabbit boop boop combat, and I was like, oh god, this is bad.
In the next 10 years, maybe. Hey, this one has an actual release date though, so
it does. We've talked about this earlier in the show. You play the disembodied floating gun, and I'm just making that up.
It's my favorite character.
Receiver simulates every internal part of each firearm based on manufacturer schematics, gunsmithing resources. Yeah, you play a floating gun, including how to load, and you walk around town. You do normal things that floating guns do, and start a floating gun family. It's got a release date. That's the point. April 14th.
It does.
And this is from Wolfire. So, yeah, they're the ones behind Laguru and Overgrowth. We're getting the Linux version. Yay.
So, yeah, they also had a Linux version of the first one, which, as Jordan will mention later on.
It's a Game Jam game.
Go on.
Yep.
Yes.
So here's the thing though, like there's a reason abstraction exists in games, and I'm curious if it's like realistic gun handling, if it actually makes it not fun, because the actual like abstracted gunfighting that we're used to from like Quakes and Dooms and stuff like that is actually what is required to make a fun game.
With me one more time. Let's take a look at the glass physics here that are coming up, and yeah, you know what? I don't think we got a lot to worry about when it comes to like overloading us with realism on this.
No, and my biggest problem with the first one, that was basically just the build that they had for the game jam that they put out, was you can hit F1 to look at the controls. It's like, can I change them? Because you have like 8 different keys that I need to press around WASD that I'd like to rebind to other keys so I can use the directional arrows. And the game just went, fuck you. So yeah, can I rebind keys now?
Did you look at the game? You're like, you're not my mom.
It's like, okay, that looks really interesting. It's like accurately attempting to simulate the physics of the gun and everything that entails.
Just not the glass.
No, dude, that glass is next level.
It's about the guns, not the glass.
Our simple brains just can't comprehend.
It's a glitch in the matrix.
Right. Drag does look very, very interesting, though.
It does, and I'm glad that they were putting it out on early access, because besides interesting, it looks a bit slow. I saw when they first put out the announcement on Twitter that it was also coming to Linux. I was at work, and I showed it to coworker Dave, this trailer video that if you're watching the video version you're looking at right now. It's like, That looks a bit slow. Did they put the game in like slow motion, or is that? No, that's the speed that it seems to be going at all through the trailer. It's like that's a bit slow. So yeah, it is coming to early access at some point in 2020, and I'm glad for that because I really do hope that they improve that sense of speed. But it does look really neat, actually. Lacking sense of speed aside, it does look really, really neat. And as a fan of the racing genre, I very much am looking forward to
what Pedro's trying to convey here. The rotation of the tires are out of sync with what's going on with the movement of the motor.
Yes. It's like, it looks like the tires are spinning really fast, but the cars are going really slow.
If one could imagine if you had all-wheel drive and 8% friction, and you're doing it on ice.
Yeah, you were running like hard plastic slicks.
What do we need to run this? i3, 4 gigs
reasonable.
of RAM, a 460, 10 gigs. Yeah. And online multiplayer, combat racing, PvP. That got my attention.
The PvP part's interesting because apparently what the mechanic in this game is if you blow yourself up, then you're out of the match, period. So I think maybe that has to do with the speed as well, to like make you do the mental calculus, like, is it worth it to ram this fucker, or do I want to actually stay in the race and win?
I think they just don't have the timing down on that.
Yeah, no. And I'm totally glad that they're putting this out in early access first, because I hope that that's fixed by the time the game proper comes out. Unless they pull a distance and it takes 6 or 7 years for it to come out.
It'd be worth waiting on, man. You're what's wrong with Linux gaming. Linux versions, though, we have a new entry.
This one is actually using one of the new Steam Labs things, so I'm like, wait, why am I not taken to the store page? Oh, because this is the news hub. Interesting. All right, but Shortest Trip to Earth, they have a new release out, and it has a Linux version, so you can play it. And it's like real-time, super customizable FTL. So you got my attention. Although I went in the review section. A number of the reviews are complaining that the game doesn't really do a good job of like explaining its customization mechanics or implementing some of the subsystems. But at the
Steam, Valve, no one ever wants to watch the 4 people who fucking stream on your service. Stop.
But Steam streaming's a real thing, you guys. I mean,
unless it's Skyrim porn, there's a lot of people watching that.
Okay, you know what? I got derailed there. No, but like, so I don't know. This game looks interesting. I'd be willing to like give it a look on a Thursday, because like it actually looks pretty cool, and I like Ship Commander games.
Okay, that's supposed to be a cat. This first picture, it's like, oh no, Pikachu took the wrong stuff.
Cat bunny thing. Yeah.
That cat is looking to eat that penguin, and I want to see what happens.
All right, I'm down.
All right.
What do we need to run this? Just Linux OS.
Nothing.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes.
it's a 2D game, right? It'll run on your toaster.
Pretty cool, man. All right, that's gonna do it for our Steamy bits.
Indeed. Coming up next, if you can't sell it, give it away for free.
Yeah.
That's Google's motto. Is it ours too? Probably.
Zoom. Google banned Zoom too.
Google banned Zoom?
Yeah, Zoom meetings.
What do you?
Yeah, rightly so.
That's exactly what I just said. Jordan, there's nothing to it. You
Like
can't
that?
use
Like
Zoom.
yeah, can't use
they're
Zoom in
like,
Chrome?
no one use Zoom anymore.
All right. That sucks for a lot of the podcasts I listen to that use Zoom as their calling solution. Guess they got to learn how to set up a Jitsi.
This thing has lost its damn mind. This is lovely. I'm scared to touch it.
Is that what caused Pedro's audio to freak out?
A little bit. Not gonna lie.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't on my end. I was about to.
You're just like. It was like
the DSP load is genuinely like 100%. So,
vote.linuxgamecast.com.
You guys are welcome to try that. What I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to take a door down, so things are going to get quiet for a minute.
All right. Vote some show titles.
Yeah, vote.linuxgamecast.
While it's quiet, I'm gonna pee.
All right.
So we can't hear Pedro's thunderous urination.
Hey, beautiful people. I'm back. I think. Let me know if you can hear me. I know you can hear me. We can get some background music going, possibly. Nope. Huh. Yeah, this thing's got some issues, baby. You're not going to be able to hear Jordan. I don't know. Jordan, can you hear me? Jordan can't hear me. So, if I can get to the editor, I might be able to. Oof. Oof. This doesn't look good. Let me take a look and see what we can do. See if we can take this out. See, I think that's just going to give us another issue. It's not going to be fun. Yeah. Whoop. Hang on. We might get out of this yet, kids. Yeah, we might not. Oh, if we can select everything. What I'm doing right now, what has happened is we record automation, which is just lines and curves that it's like connect the dots for our recordings, and it allows me to keep track of fader position, mutes, or anything like that. And for whatever reason, well, probably because it's a pre-release that you shouldn't be using in production, Audacity went haywire with drawing automation dots. So instead of like saying for 1 minute, there's nothing going on, there's no movement, it's just drawing continuous automation, which is causing issues, if you might have noticed. So I think that's just you, Michael. This has nothing to do with it's on completely. Aha! Okay, you and you, hold on. I gotta reboot. Will Way. Brought to you by Dell. What I'm doing right now is I have to restart these boxes so they can resync their network audio. And we gotta do a little bit of dancing. It's gonna be fun. Feel free to say something, Pedro.
It's just the video was very, very frozen for a minute.
Yeah. I don't use QJack CTL, but it's a good way to look at the logs. I have a shell script that starts everything. Who would use GUI for their jack? Okay, so now I gotta restart. Yep, hang on.
Yes, no, that distinctly started making noise all of a sudden.
So, that was fun.
Apparently people had a lot of fun with the jankiness of the audio blurb there.
Go, Speed Dell. It's fun, man. See, that's how I know I've gotten extremely bored. If I ever come in here and start racing these two boxes since they're identical.
Yeah, when I started to work for HE, I had a Dell Optiplex. That was my work machine.
I hear a Pedro. Good. There we go.
What the hell was that?
I don't know, but it sounded real muffled.
Ah, Jitsi. God damn it.
Jitsi.
I'm just gonna build my own fucking server. Bye, Jordan.
Hello.
Hello, Jordan.
Am I super muffled now?
It was for a minute, man. It was for
All
a minute.
right. I'm not getting any return video. Are you getting
I
my
was
video?
in the middle of doing that when you bounced out and bounced back in. So now
I figured I just needed to
Yeah, okay.
refresh. There we go. There it is. And then that is it back.
Yeah, I'm just fucking with you at this point because you caused me to have to refresh.
All right.
I mean, that's just all that was. That's going to keep things interesting this evening.
My muff is the good stuff, Steve.
You know it.
Listen, man, I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay. I sleep all night and I work all day.
Yeah, that's the best we can do with that. So yeah.
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 You can have that.
Nah, I'm good.
Listen, just because I put on women's clothing and hang around in bars doesn't mean you can judge me.
I judge you as much as I judge everyone else.
Sweetheart,
All
I
the
judge you
goddamn
plenty.
time.
It's just not based on any of that.
Good. Judge me on my judgment-worthy traits, like... I don't know, I'm sure you can list out a dozen of them. I don't know, I don't think we have enough time to go through all of them. That is a podcast in and of itself. Welcome back to the What the Fuck is Wrong with Me podcast. This week, we're taking a look at the letter E.
So I gotta pull back on this limiter just a little bit. Like butt clenching.
There's plenty of butt clenching. I don't know what you're talking about.
Jordan, do you ever pick the wildflowers?
I like to press wildflowers.
What's that?
It's when you like take flowers and you press them between pages in a book.
Why would you do that to a poor flower, man?
Because it deserves it. They know what they did.
Tell me more about
The only one of those that I did was a 4-leafed clover.
That you overlooked before?
No, I found it because I saw it's like a bunch of clovers, and one had like a leaf like dangling down. It's like, oh, that's actually a 4-leaf clover.
Oh, so you got
All
like
right.
some defective, fucked up 4-leaf clover, man. You get like 3 3/4 leaf. You're like,
Dude, no, that's like finding a leprechaun, but it turns out that it's the leprechaun from the movie Leprechaun. You just show up and Empty's there. He's like, hey, man, what's going on?
No, but after I put it in the book, I like got the leaf to come up where it should have been, and I just pressed it down, and it looked like a proper 4-leaf clover.
Did it bring you any luck? Did you hit the craps tables?
Motherfucker, have you met me?
So, yes. Did you win?
I mean, it took several fucking years, at least more than 2 decades, for my life to get anywhere near,
I thought you were
passable.
going to go to find your 4-leaf clover. I'm like, fuck, they're like all over my fucking front yard, man, if you want some, man.
You got those mutated clover seeds?
Dude, I was just gonna
it's a regular clover field.
them on me. I'm like,
It's regular clover fields. John Goodman comes out of your basement, tries to get you back in there.
Since we've had to bounce Jetsy so many times, Jordan, can you close Chrome? And
Sure.
yeah, it's coming out a little blowed out. Not really. I'm still getting him back for fucking movie a minute ago. Don't tell him.
no mercy.
Yeah. All right.
Oh yeah, that's much better. Good, good.
Okay. Hawkeye.
So now I can pull. What does this remind me of? This song. Ah,
It seems like a pretty generic riff that could be used in any song.
doesn't it?
I'm getting a little bit of House of the Rising Sun, maybe.
It's something in that riff is like, yeah.
They call the rising sun, and it's been the root of many
I don't know,
a
man.
boy.
I don't know.
I mean, it's in the same meter, so it works, right? Like,
Yeah.
And God, I know I'm one.
it's like how you can sing any ballad to the tune of Gilligan's Island, because it's the ballad meter, right? Like, That's how you can tell if like someone's like, I wrote this ballad for you. Can you sing it to the tune of Gilligan's Island? No, then it's not a ballad. There's a bunch of like Emily Dickinson poems that you can read to the tune of Gilligan's Island, and it's hilarious.
All right, Boris the Spider. I've never heard the ballad of Boris the Spider. How does that go?
There is a spider in New Orleans. They call him Boris.
The end.
Spider.
That's it. Credits. Done.
That's it.
All right.
I didn't say it was a long ballad.
Nope. Short and sweet. That's what I like. To the point. That's what I look for in a good ballad. All right. We are lined up. Let's get into the news. And
Okay. He's on a quest. He's on a Libra quest. A Libra quest. I don't know. Why am I going with Monster Mash?
I don't know, man. The problem is my brain immediately started doing pre-production on the fucking music video.
Right. I was working in the lab one late one night.
It's like, all right, we can do this. I don't know how we're gonna block this off, but yeah, all right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, prepare yourself for a little bit of news. A little short, a little sweet, like us. In 3, 2.
Well, my eyes certainly beheld an eerie sight, and it's got nothing to do with the fact that we're going to do the news later. But no, first we need to thank you, because for some reason, if that intro wasn't explanation enough, you decided that it was a good idea to give us a budget. So
Wait a minute. How do you walk out and tell the beautiful people who make this show possible and you just confuse the shit out of them and be like, yeah, give us money?
Listen, we don't have enough budget to make sense. If you want us to make sense, you're going to need to up our budget. And in order to do that, you got to head on over to LinuxGamecast.com.
Jordan, that's just going to revolve the same shit with a smoke machine.
I'm not seeing the problem here. We need more smoke machines. We got to put that on the Amazon list.
Fine.
Yeah, head on over to LinuxGamecast.com. Click that smoke machine button, and I don't know.
We have multiple ways to get smoke machines.
It delivers a smoke machine to us. No, mouse over the support button. We got many ways to support us. Sleeper Pay, we got PayPal, we got a wish list, we got Bitcoins. But the best way to do it is Patreon. Patreon's great because you get stuff in return for your patronage beyond just this wonderful content that we produce.
It's not just smoke machines with us. We do like to dance for our dinner, man.
I mean, there's disco balls, there's laser lights, there's like flamethrowers. I wish there was
laser smoke.
Teespring doesn't do flamethrowers, and it's the worst. But anyways, Patreon, that's what we're talking about. Become a patron. Any level gets you access to Discord, which is pretty cool because if you're on our Discord, you can show up an hour early at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time on Saturdays and get an extra full hour of Linux Gamecast goodness as we debug technical problems and reboot computers and complain about our lives. It's good stuff. And you get a custom RSS feed and video when available. But at $2.50 a week, you get access to the show notes. That's cool stuff because you get to see the show before it's made. You get all the spoilers, and you can even contribute, which is good. We like that audience participation.
It is brilliant.
There's some other good ways to support us too. We got a store.linuxgamecast.com. No flamethrowers, Teespring. I'm so disappointed. Flamethrowers and booty shorts. That's what I want. I want flaming booty shorts.
You know what? We have normal, regular, ordinary business apparel, like the Use Me t-shirt. We have a beautiful Frank who's still doing social distancing. I know you can hear me, Frank. And a couple of, we have one with all of our faces on it, so we're equally there, so we can all suffer through that. And
I get to be in the cleavage. It's great.
You do, man. Exactly. I don't know why I need to release the pictures that I stenciled those off of, man. They're even more horrific. Oh man, maybe we do a full color version, like one of those 80s
god,
shirts.
No.
Yeah.
like hyper realistic.
Yeah, just nightmare fuel, man.
It's like those bits in Ren and Stimpy where it like zooms in and they just do like the super detailed drawings.
And as always, if you want to end up on this glowy, fine, upstanding cannibal wall 3.0, I gotta readjust that camera. That's anything that is purchased on the Studio Wish Zone that enables cheat mode for us to have more toys to go horribly wrong with for your entertainment. That's how that works.
Yes, and hopefully make some more sense.
A little bit.
Not if Pedro has anything to say about it, though.
We do get to make some cool educational videos that kind of help people out, though. Like for the next us, wherever they're at, hopefully, like tomorrow. Like, yeah.
Well, when the alien archaeologists show up and rummage through the ruins of the internet, they're like, "Oh, that's how you make podcasts."
Oh, that explains a lot. All right, okay, that's where it began. It's like Bill and Ted, but with laser.
Yeah, as it turns out, in the year 3025, we're really hot with the
sun going like red giant a little early. Yeah.
Yeah.
Laser smoke.
If only we didn't use all those smoke machines to increase the global warming. I don't know. All right, and enough of this nonsense. Let's talk about free nonsense.
Free Stadia. Stadia, you know it. It's that overpriced controller that has a Wi-Fi thing built into it where you can play games as long as you don't need to move real fast at them. And, this is directly from blog.google, because that's a TDL now. We're facing some of the most challenging times. Anyone who signs up will get 2 free months of Stadia Pro with instant access to 9 games, including Grid, Destiny 2, and Thumper, Giggity. You can opt out of your subscription. Oh, wait a minute. Are you just being dicks? Do you want them credit digits in order to get a taste of this, Google? Because you're already fucked up the launch of this. So might as well just phone it in the rest of the way.
If you want the 2 free months, you got to give them the digits. Well,
I mean,
have to. Over here, I can't even do that.
Here's the thing, though. They already have my credit card, right? So they don't even need to ask. Just, get you 2 free months. They're going to keep billing you, though.
I guess I missed that because I was like, you know what? Fine. I'll set this up. And for science, it's like, hey, it might make a fun stream, And I was in the beta test of Stadia 2 years ago, whenever that was.
Yeah, for Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Yeah. And I played the game and it's like, for what it was, it worked at the time. And so I signed up through the browser and naturally it's like, oh, what? I'm using Chrome beta. Maybe I'll just use regular Chrome and I guess I missed the step where they asked for those digits because I just signed up and it's like, buy some shit, Vin. I'm like, yeah, no.
Yeah, apparently if you give them the digits, you get those games as mentioned. I don't know. This is
Google.
This
no
is
one's going to give you your digits to try an unproven, untested service that no one
I mean, to Google's credit, this is the best time for a beta test because everyone's stuck at home. You're giving it away for free, so people are going to be using the service.
Can I ask you
it may not be great.
A legitimate question, though?
Sure.
Wouldn't you say the best time for a beta test for this was like a month and a half ago?
When it was time to beta test it? Listen, you can't expect multi-billion-dollar corporations with millions of dollars of market research to make smart decisions.
You're missing what I'm laying down. A month and a half ago, when all this self-isolation started, not when we're getting towards the supposed end. I'm saying Google has managed to fumble fuck Stadia and all throughout conception, announcement, delivery, and we're in the you haven't killed it yet phase of Stadia.
I think they can't kill it yet because they got contracts with Bungie and EA and all this shit. They're like,
there's a lot of money.
There's a lot of money tied up in Stadia right now, and I don't think Google could survive the legal onslaught that would occur.
Unsolicited advice is always, but when you sign up and create an account, it's like, here, you need to give me something to try. I don't care if it's Hello Kitty Island Adventure, but when you signed up just for a free account, regular, plain free, there's nothing. It's like, yeah, give us money if you want to use our service. I'm like, I don't know if your service is going to work with my internet speeds and my computer or my browser. Well, you can find out after you give us some money, and followed by, well, what if it doesn't work? Do I get a refund? Well, can I transfer my game to Steam or something?
You can download your save games.
Oh, okay. What happens when you close the service? Well, you know how that goes, fucker. Why even ask that?
Yeah,
we're Google.
But
Come
yeah,
on.
no, I just tried it.
We don't forget Google
right
Plus
now. And all I'm getting is an error. The item that you were attempting to purchase could not be found.
What was it?
It was the frickin' trial for Stadia.
Well, there you go, Google. Bug report.
Yeah, it doesn't even frickin' work.
So I blame British Telecom.
No, man, I don't know. Once you're done smacking around Google, we can pull the hate train right up to the Atari station.
Oh yeah.
Whoa, whoa.
So, VCS, Xbox co-creator Rob Wyatt sues Atari for failing to pay him for the design of the VCS console. How you managed to license the design of the VCS
where do we sit
console
on the
after...
actual design of this console, though? Because I don't hate
it looks
it.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't own it, and I will mock you for owning
close
one.
to the original, and I guess Atari kind of owned that, but how a third party manages to claim ownership of that particular design when it's very clearly so much based on the original one is beyond me.
It's a box with Fox faux wood paneling on it. It was called the 70s.
No, it's called they're not ripping off Atari. They're ripping off the Thelio. They're ripping off System 76. That's what's really happening here.
Yeah, but apparently, to add on to everything else in Atari, the current holders of the name Atari, let's be clear about this, have decided that it would be a much wiser investment to set up a hotel rather than, finishing the console that they've already... Chain, yes, hotel chain.
You're thinking too small for such a grand organization. The French holding company that owns the right. Yeah, the Atari hotel chain. See,
but that's the thing.
But everything is wood paneled. Everything is wood paneled.
Listen, it's shit like that is how I know all of this is a simulation. Okay.
No,
we are living in the Matrix, and
it's too stupid to be fake. It's too stupid to be fake. I don't believe it. So
that's the thing. Here's my question, Boy. The Steam Boy, when the Steam Boy is looking far more likely to come out and be, a real boy, you fucked it. You fucked it hard.
Here's my question, though. Does Rob actually think that he's going to get some money out of it? Because I'm pretty sure whatever money they do have is, distributed across, a dozen Cayman and Swiss accounts right now. They're not seeing a dime of that anymore.
It's definitely spread out. He'll never see any of that. Probably shouldn't. I mean, understandably, when they did their fundraising, and, what's the interest in this? And they're like, okay, we'll do And why are we talking about this to begin with? Because... it's running Linux, allegedly, if it's ever going to get big.
Supposedly.
I mean, we were told it was running Linux, but I don't think it's running anything but a hollow plastic shell at the moment.
100%. I mean, this will probably absolutely... I saw this. I'm like, you know what? There are people who still think this is going to come out. And it's not.
No.
No.
That money is gone. It has been converted into a mountain of cocaine, and you're never going to see it again.
Aw. Well, do we have any good news then?
I mean, if you're a big fan of Master of Orion, we do.
Okay.
Yeah, because if DOSBox or Free Orion isn't doing it for you these days, we got a project here. It's called Remnants of the Precursors. That is they're basically just re-implementing the rule set for Master of Orion. And that's it. That's the project. It's done in Java, so it will run on your toaster. Not well, mind you. But at the very least, when your toast is done, you'll get your map update embedded on the toast, so you can have a snack and see your Master of Orion updates. But it should the release beta should be out by the time you're listening to the recorded version of this. It's not quite out yet. But yeah, if you just like Master of Orion, it is. That's what it is, but the serial numbers filed off.
I'm going to be 100% honest with you. Couldn't you deliver this in HTML5?
You know what? You probably could, but this guy wanted to use Java.
Okay. Why not Flash?
Someone wanted to justify that particular university degree, but okay.
So, but here's the thing, though. You can write stuff in Flash, and all Macromedia Flash does is it converts it into HTML5 and WebGL and shit. So...
WebAssembly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
that's interesting. I mean, I didn't ever really play. I didn't at all play the original game, but there's some people like that. And hey, man, Java is at least something you can absolutely hate it, but I mean, you're still going to be able to run it in 30 years. Yeah. I mean, there's still going to be some way to get it up.
Thanks, Minecraft.
At this point, it's stable. So you know what? There are worse choices for languages to write your game in. Let's be real at this point. The JVM performance hit is nil because you're running a multi-gigahertz CPU. Like, who cares?
This is true. So what's Cataclysm?
Cataclysm is a tile or text-based roguelike that takes place in a zombie apocalypse. It's turn-based like most rogue games. And it comes in two varieties, the Curses version and the Tiles version. And I tried both because I was curious to see, like, okay, how jank is the Curses version compared to the Tiles version? They're actually very similar. Like, aside from, like, the @ symbols and stuff, like, it's the same game. So, you know, good on you for, like, implementing that properly. So, I mean, it's text-based survival horror. If you're stuck in a class or in a late-night deployment waiting for a deploy script to finish, this is a thing that you can run on your server. And, yep. You can play a game.
So how old school is this? When you say this is not ASCII, this is text based, right?
No, it's ASCII. Like you're an @ symbol and you're moving around the grid like a NetHack.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Yeah.
See, I'm sorry, developer. I was trying to give you an excuse not to have any screenshots whatsoever, either on your web zone or your GitHub page.
There's an unofficial Reddit that actually has people posted videos and some lewd videos, so mind you,
ASCII boobies.
At least one of them had a very suggestive thumbnail, but I did have to click through one of the videos just so I could see what the game would look like, because I honestly didn't feel like it. But yeah, no, it very much looks like your standard run-of-the-mill roguelike, except the setting is a little bit different. It's not your standard fantasy thing. It's zombie survival.
Yeah, I mean, terminal games are nice just because, like, there are times when you don't have a GPU or you're just kind of stuck in a place. And
unfortunately, what Jordan just said is lies, because now you have your mobile.
That's true, but I don't know. Some people like playing games in terminals.
Oh no, I 100% agree with you. It's like, I remember those days before I had a supercomputer that was like right there. I'm like, yep, 3D acceleration, I'm good. But then I'm just going to use that to browse the web. That's my new game.
Yes. Subreddit roulette.
Pretty much, man. Maybe you want to do some of the nonsense like we do, and you use OBS to stream your game, stream your show, stream your dog, stream your cat. Maybe stream some laser smoke, man. One tool that you might want to look into, because you want to do like a 2 CPU setup. You know, you want to have one for your gaming and a rig dedicated for your streaming. Your first thought to do that, it's like, oh man, I got to go buy some of those expensive capture cards and venting bitches about how expensive those are, which are true. Don't do that at first. Something I want you to try is OBS NDI. You might know, if you've ever searched for it on the internet, NewTek, the company that makes TriCasters, if you do a Google search, they did a blog about a post I made way back when, but this will allow you to do it over with software, just over your standard gigabit Ethernet, over your network, and it works really good. It's extremely low latency and very low on the CPU usage. Now, I've talked about this before. The reason I'm bringing this up is the latest release is now compatible with version 25 of OBS, nice. And it's got the latest version of NDI 4.5. You looking up? And common complaint I hear is like, well, it's too heavy on the system. These optiplexes that, granted, have been upgraded to 4-core, thanks Pennywise, thanks Mike, non-hyper-threaded parts. What are they? i5 Herptotrons? Yeah.
20, they're Ivy Bridge i5s, I think.
These things with integrated graphics can do 720p streaming without dropping frames. So yeah, I'm sure your gaming rig can use NDI. Nope, you can. Yeah, it'll work fine. Give that a look if you're looking to do anything like that before you go just, paying all them dollar bills. I just want to throw that out there. I tried to get Pager to use it one time. He told me to go die in a fire.
Will it run on my Xbox, though?
If you leave me alone within the closet for a few minutes, it will.
You runs on my Xbox, but it's running a full-on x86 PC in there. So.
Listen, last time you did that, though, I got caught in a fist fight with Ben Franklin. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, and I got stitches in my groin, so hey, man.
Yeah.
Who really lost?
Ben Franklin. That's
right.
Coming up next, we're throwing chairs at Evorion in space.
Space stitches.
Space snitches get space stitches.
I put that brick in your face.
Ladies and gentlemen, head over to vote.linuxgamecast.com where you can play the home game and suggest things that will straight up, because we put whatever nude, because the word nude was in the show titles last week. This is why we do absolutely, we mean it when we say it, appreciate your financial support, because YouTube is like, fuck you on monetization. Just out of the bat.
Pedro, I just had like a great idea for like, instead of Jason X, it's Stitches X, and it just Stitches in space, throwing bricks in people's face.
Let's see. X
getting high on his own supply.
Kill cat. Cat kill the penguin. It's too stupid. Google.google.
I'm gonna give It's Too Stupid to Be Fake. That would be a good that's a good show title. Too stupid to be fake.
ASCII babbies.
I think they're supposed to be boobies, but it's babbies. Be dumber. I'll give Be Dumber a vote. Linux Gamecast. Be dumber. That's our new slogan. Put that shit on the website.
We'll get some fucking motherfucking business cards, baby.
Be dumber.
Be dumber. All right, Mike, me and you were about to...
Thunderous urination wasn't said during the show, so that doesn't count.
Yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't. Can it count like a little bit?
You know the rules. And so do I. A full commitment's what I'm thinking of. And you wouldn't get this from any other guy. Or a Linux podcast, for that matter.
So who's enjoying their over-the-shoulder playthrough of Final Fantasy remake? Because that's all any Twitch streamer's fucking doing. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to sign up for the ride.
Were they not allowed to stream it properly?
No, that's the perspective. It's all over the shoulder.
Oh, okay.
Because it's using the same system that I think Final Fantasy 15 is.
I have no idea. I've never played Final Fantasy. And that's not like, oh, yeah. So I've just never owned a system that
I've played
ran on.
3, 4, 6, 7, 9, 10, and 13. In no particular order.
I know the guy with the fucked up hair is called
8.
Cloud, right? The guy with the fucked big sword?
Yep. Cloud. Yeah. But
In
there's a
order,
guy
I played
who...
7, 8, and then 6, 4. I think I started the first one just because I wanted to see what it was like, and I never finished it.
Now, the reason I've never touched that nonsense
10.
is it's... Everyone I've ever been aware of has been turn-based, and I don't dance like that. But this one is combat.
Real, yeah. They've been leaning towards more of that since like 13.
Okay.
13 was still turn-based, but there was like an active management element you needed to do where you're like switching your teams up.
12 was like that too.
Yeah. And 15. 15, I think they did a lot more of like a Kingdom Hearts thing. So yeah, you run around. You can do it turn-based if you want, but you can also do like an action style if you want.
But you gotta respect Squeenix, man. Squeenix didn't even like put out the whole game. They're like, here's a little bit of it, fuckos. You're gonna buy it. No, oh, it's discounted. Nah, $60, son.
Yeah. Well,
you gotta respect that a little bit. Like, well done.
They teased that like right at the beginning of the PS4, and everyone marked so hard about it. And like now we're at the end of the PS4 life cycle. PS5's coming out next year, and yeah, they're just like, hey, we did it, you guys. Still a better love story than The Last Guardian, though. They're like, oh yeah, it's supposed to be a PlayStation 3 game released on PS4.
Yeah, no, that's...
Oh, is it only on PS4?
Dip.
It's not on PC?
It'll be on PC eventually.
Oh.
They do that with the main...
Unlike Bayonetta 2.
Unlike Bayonetta.
Just unlike it.
You can blame Sega for that one.
No, you can blame Nintendo for that one.
Nintendo, Sega, it's basically the same thing. Most Sonic games now you buy on the Switch. Man, this is like a moon. Like if I took like some like random kid out of the '90s and brought him here, is like, yeah, now you just play Sonic games on Nintendo. He'd be like, what? No, my Genesis. Mario and Sonic go to the Olympics, motherfucker.
The other game everyone lost their shit over has like been perpetually delayed. The Last of Us.
The Last of Us 2?
Yeah. It's like, okay. I mean, I've watched some people like play it billions of years ago, but I was like, okay. Well, the story's really good, and it must have been there. Oh, the Paper Wolf's gone. Damn.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah. Huh.
Maybe Nori's at Anthrocon UK. I don't know.
Possibly. Also, Pedro can't give you any more shit about having uneven squares. Even though I'm impressed that you've managed to maintain some gappage with that many panels.
It's not completely flush against the wall.
Like,
that's why.
Pedro's getting pretty rough.
Oh, I guess I gotta get my hood, don't I? It's that time of the night.
Mm-hmm. I gotta get something to drink.
Yes.
So, Pedro.
Yes.
What happened to Wolfie?
Everyone.
Nori disintegrated him.
No, she's just at Anthrocon.
Tell me how he went. I need to know.
Nori is like, okay, dude was supposed to come and pick this up so his kids could do a thing. Didn't show up, so I'm just gonna pick it up, take it to the kitchen, rip it apart, put it into some bags, and off to the recycling it goes.
Okay. Also, the what was it? Oh yes, your acoustical tiles.
They shrunk a little bit, didn't they?
I was in the pool. I was in the pool.
It was cold outside, baby. I swear, it never happens. Like, what were you doing in the pool again with the acoustical tiles? Shut up. Leave it alone.
Well, so actually, funnily enough, it comes with a note. Like the pack of acoustic tiles from Amazon, it comes with a note that like, if any of these are misshapen, like drown them in water and let them rest again.
Oh,
so
are
maybe
they like the little dinosaur capsules?
I think so, yeah.
Wouldn't that be fucked up, man?
Oh, you just get like one giant acoustic tile.
I'm just thinking you just get like a pill bottle, man. Little tiles.
I guess the variance in humidity has gone them.
You don't pay any attention to
Fuck
it,
them
man.
up.
You leave it soaking overnight, come out and your door to your washer's like all blown out.
Yeah, it's just tile.
You just hear your cat muffled in there somewhere.
No, you can't because it's blocking the sound.
Right, let me get something to drink.
Yeah, no, it's getting to that time of the year that it's no longer comfortable to wear this hood.
What do you mean I look like the Vietnam cats? Do I look like the Vietnamese cast of cats? Which one? Is it like Rum Tum Tugger or like Fuckle Stiltskin or something? I don't know the names of the cats.
It's that meme, but with the cat picture.
Are you sure?
I think so?
Okay, my brain just went to some really, really bad place. So let's not do that. I'm gonna hit the eject button. Nope. Don't need that. Can't say that on stream.
There are things that are better left unsaid.
But now they're in my brain, damn it. Now they're in my brain. Oh man, yeah, I was talking about watching Italian Spider-Man. The fucking dude who's like... And he keeps like showing up too.
Oh, come on, Maddie. It's not boring. It's, I've actually been very much,
Bored?
looking forward to not having to go into the office to do work because, hey, wouldn't you know it, I can do most of that stuff from home.
Be careful.
I can
with
play
that.
more video games.
Nah, man. Eventually, it's going to get to the point where they're like, okay, we're just going to need you to keep inventory at your house.
Dude, I had to move a 200-pound printer to someone's house because they need to work from home and they need to print like documents.
A 200? Oh, you mean that had to be like a copy or a...
Yeah,
And
MFD,
multi-tool.
full-on MFD with the finisher.
Did it have the staples? Those are fun.
No, so actually it didn't
They
have the
fuck up
photocopier.
spectacularly.
It's it was like a 5 ream thing for like doing the
The binders
extra
and shit.
long, yeah, for like extra long documents and stuff, or like the ones where you fold them in half.
This document's clearly not official. Why? You can tell by the length. You do not need a scroll for this. That's how it's done in Canada. They still use scrolls.
Oh, for a second there, my brain is like, scroll wheel for a physical document? Yeah, I could use one of those. Yeah, I'm just reading something in front of you and just like, why isn't it scrolling?
You should just point the mouse at it and go...
Oh, that would be amazing, wouldn't it?
Okay, so I need a source. Pedro, I know you sent me the...
I did.
Is it video.mp4.mp4.mp4?
No, it's game.mp4.m4v.
.avi.rmvb. Yeah, just start sending them to him in real media format.
Put it in the container.
One of these days, I'll just change it to game.mp4 and be done with it.
No, like, that's the thing. You gotta switch every week. Keep him on his toes.
Where are you downloading, you wacky thing?
Somehow it ends up on another computer. You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, right.
How did that happen?
These things aren't even on the same network. What the fuck?
Session? No.
That's Axiom
No.
Verge.
I'm downloading something right now, so I'm re-downloading it. I'm throwing Chrome under the bus on this one because that is supposed to auto-download to the downloads directory.
Pew 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 pew. Pew pew. Pew 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 pew.
Huh? Hey!
There it is.
That looks about right.
Ish. Doesn't matter. We'll just go with it. Don't worry about it.
I mean, like, that's the thing though. You can fix that shit in post. You can just
log
show the
goes
wrong
away.
video.
It's a pod racer in the background.
No, Maddie, Nintendo is too busy going off of ASMR 2. Because they were releasing their own Metroid 2 remake on the 3DS, which apparently was actually really well done. But still.
Yeah, once the 2DSs are like £10 on eBay, I might buy one.
Which one's that?
That was the 3DS without any of the 3D stuff, and it doesn't fold up.
Oh, Mulligan.
Yep.
Yeah.
You get the 2 screens on a flat plane.
Supposedly, that was actually the ruggedized one they were intending to give to like toddlers, because Nintendo handheld console design is interesting because like they build them like toys because they expect children to like chuck them and like just be terrible to them like children.
Well,
do.
I think the North American ones they do.
Yeah, that's
To
why
be fair,
like
that was like the market for the Game Boy, right?
right, but like that's why the OG like brick Game Boy can literally take a mortar and still work. And there's literally one in a museum that took a mortar and can still play Tetris. So
All right.
Nintendo, man.
I'm telling you, man.
Build a tank out of old Nokia 3310s and Game Boys.
Yep.
So why did you have a case on that Nokia? And it's like to protect the floor.
Yeah, to protect the world from it.
Okay, so let's pull that down and ready to go.
Ready, Freddy.
In 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to the Cheerquisition, where this week we try not to asphyxiate in the cold depths of space. We're taking a look at Avorion. It's developed by Boxelware. It's done on a custom engine using C++, Lua, and OpenGL. You can pick it up for about $24 US. What is it? Procedural co-op space sandbox where players can build their own spaceships out of dynamically scalable blocks, fight epic space battles, explore, mine, trade, wage wars, and build your own empire to save your galaxy from being torn apart by an unknown enemy. We gotta thank the devs for sending us some keys over Curator Connect. So let us begin. How does this work on the Debians?
Man, I got the new hotness, the new Debian. I'm not on Debian stale anymore, kids. I'm not. I'm on Debian
Space
testing.
dildo.
No, that's next week. So as normal, I'm running kernel. Actually, I'm running the latest and greatest kernel right now. So it's 5.3, 5.6, something like that.
5.6, I think.
5.6. I could do name
5.6,
A right
yeah.
now. I'm just too lazy. But preempt Threadripper, 1920X, 32 gigajoules of RAM, NVIDIA 2060, more than enough to play this monster, this juggernaut. Once you get it running. And it runs fine after that. 60 at 1080 at 4K 2160. And I do say get it running since I had to launch the game not once, not twice, but the third time after the update. Did fuck all, kids. Nothing. Just kept on hammering that play button and it eventually came up. That was the last one I was going to give it. I'm just going to uninstall it. I'm like, I'm not even going to finish playing this. But it did manage to launch in 720p, which is interesting little window to peck and hunt at UHD. Keyboard gerbil worked, no problem, as expected. Happy to see that. Look at its little Lego ship. Mine's all diseased looking. Right out of the bat in the tutorial, I hated the menu on this game. I knew I was in for some bullshit as soon as it said hold left shift to activate the cursor. Like, oh, what? Because, like, seriously, you'll just have, like, this menu of, spreadsheet up, and it's like, oh, there's more spreadsheet. Hold down left so you can click on other stuff and sub-menus. That can die in a fire. It's just bad menu design. I'm not the only one who complained about that. And I did have fun, though, because you see, if you're watching the video version, you get to build a little Lego spaceship, and Pedro clearly spent more time than I did constructing the Jorg cube. It was kind of like a Borg cube that's misspelled. I put all the bits in the absolute wrong places with the wrong parts, but I ended up with something. I did. I ended up with something more akin to a diseased shoebox than a spaceship. But you know what? Your cube could fly. Kind of. Enough to where I was like, you know what? With a little bit of work, a little bit of forethought, I can bullshit my way over here. So I continued on my spacey journey. I stuck with it. I made it to a space dock. I picked up a contract to get some satellites, and I just kind of got lost from there, man. I agree with Future Jordan. I kind of need some direction and how to progress. Just a little hint. It's like, go do this. This is like, boom, drop you in the middle of space. Space is big. It's like, have fun, figure out what to do, fucko. There's a lot of stuff to do for said fucko. left to my own. I ended up mining some tunnels through some rocks and trying to fly through them because it is an adventure to fly the Yorg Cube. And trying to remember how to do anything in that overly complex menu that you're sitting right there. That's just the very, very top of it. There's a ton of shit to do in this game, though. But the learning curve, it's a bit too steep for my taste. Because at the end of the day, this comes across as completely promising. If I saw this in early access and was like, okay, if you could refine this and put a better point on it, I could see it, with the sandbox and the shipbuilding mechanics. It's kind of fun. You do armor, weapons, and all that fun stuff. But, I had to go look at the Steam reviews after I've written this and say, hey, I'm not alone. These are just common complaints with the game. And apparently on Windows, it is a buggy nightmare. I didn't experience. I mean, you might further into the game because there's crew management and all that other fun stuff. But I will say this is not overpriced. It's like 24 wet, stinky caches. And if you're someone who stuck at home and you have a couple of hundred of hours to kill and you don't mind what could be described as a daunting learning curve just from that main menu is a bit of comes across as maybe a refresher course for somebody who's got 1,000 hours into the game versus never played this game before. And the game's like, yeah, you'll figure it out. No, you won't. I mean, you might if you stick with it. It could be a desert island game, man. Like, if you just need hundreds and hundreds of hours if you could dedicate that kind of time to it. And I really like your ship, Pedro. You spent some time on that. Good on you, buddy.
Space penis.
Yeah. But after an hour,
man, I tried to avoid the space penis. Trust me.
You failed to avoid the space penis.
This wasn't for me, man. Not in its current state. So, yeah, if you can feel anything I just said right there, I can't recommend picking it up right now. Just one chair.
So I got to test this on 2 systems. I tested it on the laptop, which is running Fedora 31, 64-bit with R7 2700U, which is the Ryzen mobile processor. It makes that box get hot, but it runs fine at 1080 there. On the i7-6700K with the GTX 1080 Ti running Fedora 30, it also runs 60 at UHD and in 1080p. Although having to reset the game to change your graphical settings, not so hot. Also, it got some load times.
You noticed that, didn't you? Yeah, you want to change something? Yep, close.
Yep. There's no apply button. Yeah, the load times are also pretty bad. But you know what, whatever. Controls are what you'd expect it to be. WASD to move, click to shoot. The shift menu thing is a bit of a curveball, I'll admit, but like I got used to it. I just made sure to like, oh, what are all the keyboard shortcuts? These make sense. All right, now I know what to press and I don't have to hit shift ever. And it looks like Space Minecraft. Hey, every time someone mentions Space Minecraft here, take a shot. So for fun. So if you like the idea of something like EVE Online, but you don't want to necessarily deal with the community and a guild whose main strategy is to flood your system with numerous cheap ships to bog your computer down, this game might be for you because it's pretty flexible in the ways you want to play, which is really nice. This is what sandbox games need to do. They need to give you lots and lots of options. If you want to do like Minecrafty No Man's Sky stuff, you can do it. If you want to just build cool spaceships, you can do it. If you want to like adventure around a galaxy and progress the plot, you can absolutely do that in any number of configurations, as Pedro will go into. The problem I have with this is it's the same problem I have with Minecraft or Terraria or any of these games. When they give you all these options, you get the option paralysis, right? Like, you're like, what do I do? So I end up building my horrible monstrosity and I derp around the stars and I blow some ships up and I blow some... I took a bunch of missions, I blew up some asteroids, I'm like, okay, I'm kind of bored now. But here's where the saving grace might be, because there's multiplayer. It might be fun for a Thursday stream. We probably need to set some ground rules where everyone has built their ship already, because otherwise it just turns into the Besieged streams. We're all just like, okay, does this fall apart instantly? Cool. No, it fell apart instantly. All right. But that might actually be the game changer, because if you have a bunch of people in, you can have space battles, you can set up corporations. There's like AI societies that you can interact with. It could be good fun. But for now, I gotta give it 2 cheers.
Yeah, And over here with the KDED on the 3700X and the GTX 1080, now with one DisplayPort dead, it launched out of the box. I didn't really have to do anything. It defaulted to 144 FERPs at 2560 by 1440, which at first led me to believe, oh, is this built in Unity? But no. Apparently, it's a custom engine. You can rebind all the keys, and if you are in game and you hit F1, it actually gives you a screen with like all the keys that you should care about at that particular point. It changes if you're like flying around like I am right now, or if you're in the build mode. As far as technical achievements go, for me, this one was spot on, and it's all done with a custom engine, so major kudos. For the fun, well, yeah, this is one of those games. It goes even deeper than you think it does mechanically, and in every respect, it's exactly there's exactly as much depth as you care to put into it. You don't want to build a ship, you can go to the workshop, download your own, that's fine. But if you want, the amount of customization that you're given with the build tool is so great that you can literally make anything you want. What you're looking on screen there was about as much as I could care, because it's like, oh, it's a ship, it moves, it's reliable, I can put it in whatever direction I want in a reasonable amount of time, so I'm good. And the same goes for like all the other mechanics in the game. Do you want to have the one ship or a whole fleet? Do you want to just keep exploring and doing missions, or do you want to create a whole new sector of your own making? It's actually kind of crazy, just the amount of stuff that Euphorion gives you to do. And it is very much a space Minecraft, take a shot. It's very well done game, and I'm going to give it 4 chairs, not because it's a game that, for me, it's so amazing, but I can see just how insane this could be if you actually like this game. So, yeah, no, if this looks anywhere near your thing, get it.
All right, well, there you go. 3 very different opinions, all of which.
What did you? Did anybody fuck with the multiplayer?
No, I didn't get a chance to.
No.
I think I might do that on Thursday though, because I know Foxy has a copy of this game. So he's available. So we might. I
think it's something important to point out with this is there is a drastic difference in system performance on where I'm saying you might not be able to get away with playing it in Forever Alone single player. Because you have to generate your own server, and this is a common complaint.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, for us, no, but you know,
if you're on a laptop, yeah,
right. If it's just on like your standard little laptop, you know, you got for school and whatnot, that could be the difference between it being playable versus not. You might just always be stuck playing online, which I didn't get a chance to play with it online, but I'm kind of with Peter. It's like there's something there. It needs a little polish. I mean, a lot.
I agree with the Desert Island game assessment. Yeah, like if you have an infinite amount of time and like a laptop battery that won't drain, then this might be the game for you.
Also, if you could just give us a mode to where we can build ships and have space besiege, I think we'd all be cool with it.
They have a creative mode, so you can just do that.
I mean, just straight up. I mean, I want points, maybe a goal. We want Space Rocket League with ships and lasers. That's it.
Dude, no, space dicks versus space vaginas. Come on, that'd be amazing. All right, coming up next, we have a lot of hate mail, so we gotta get through it. Weird. People want to talk to us.
Cool.
Oh, that ended just as it was about to get into some combat.
You know how to edit video.
And you know how long these
I just started recording and I kept playing.
That's what I'm saying, man. I mean, if you wanted to like make something resembling a mild highlight reel, feel free to.
Or just like because how much footage do you actually record? Like usually what, like 20-30 minutes worth?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like you could just like these reviews rarely go over 10 minutes, right? So
yeah, try to keep them under
Between
15,
10
yeah.
and 15, yeah.
yeah. So yeah, you can just
see,
like,
here's the thing.
cut
Pedro
the-
knows everything we're saying. He's like, yeah, but it's easier to just record it.
It's easier to just hit the record button and let it record.
I mean, Paijitsu is the art of least resistance. And
yes.
he will fuck you up if you challenge him in that.
It's all laziness all the time.
Yep, I know that. Is it laziness or depression? Yes.
It's got too much to do for that like depression thing, man.
La di
Yeah,
da,
lately
Mr.
I've been a little too busy.
La di da, Mr. Intact Brain Chemistry. Ooh, look at me. My brain functions
Yes.
like a human should.
Well, I'm probably dealing with my share of CT, so
I was only on serotonin pills for the whole of university, so...
oh no, I'm just talking about having my head caved in so many times.
Oh yeah, you're probably having like micro seizures.
Done a Patreon post making him. No.
Shut up, Sandy. Don't give him ideas.
Can we just fix Pedro in post, period?
Dude, I have a low-grade video production rig, so yeah, man, I can do all types of... Like, it's staggering and frightening when I start looking at some of the, shit DaVinci does, and it's like, man...
Oh shit! You know what they need? They need like an AI thing that does lip reading and like produces a dialogue track based on what it thinks you're saying.
See, here's the thing, dude. Like, you have that hint of imagination. DaVinci has a thing called face tuning.
Mm-hmm.
To where I go, hey, DaVinci, find the face, and it creates a 3D structural skeletal model around the... We're talking, I mean, it maps out mouths, eyebrows, cheek structure, and it applies using the neural AI engine.
Can
Because
we get
DaVinci
360
uses
Pedro?
RTX, brah. To do the mapping, and you can do all type of shit to the face, man. I mean, it's not like abstract shit that we're thinking of, but just, and we're talking consumer price stuff. I mean, it's what, $300 for the program. Like, you can do like real face tuning to it. Like, here's the thing. I could give Pedro like a straight up, like overdone, like 80s makeup job. And if I didn't fucking tell you, you would think that was on fucking print. Like, you wouldn't, you'd be like, when did you guys record this? I mean, would be your first thought.
We went back in time to record Pedro's segment. Back in his cocaine days. The Thatcher years were rough on him. Well, like, you gotta think too, like, the computer that you have is like an order of magnitude more powerful than what they used to like do Terminator 2, right? Like, your phone is more powerful than Deep Blue, right? So,
well, you're talking about like hyper specialized, even like the SGI boxes, they were doing that. I mean, they could do that, but they could barely run fucking Doom.
right.
So, it depends on the way of looking at it. Of course, we're also in 2020, dude. I mean, you can get a non-HDT 16-core AMD CPU now. Like, that'll go and drop into a fucking AM4 socket, regular motherboard.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm staring at that 3900X.
I'm staring at the 2950X, the last gen Threadrippers, and it was like, yeah, you know what? Not enough people bought those. Fuck the used market. Sorry, Vin. Go fuck yourself. I'm like, all right, fine. Of course, the one I bought is freely available for $150, $160 now. Still going to pay $300 for a fuck. But then again, if you're buying the, the 450s, you're going to be paying $300 for a decent motherboard anyway.
Yeah, I mean,
the B450s, you could get them for like 100, 150.
I said decent. I didn't say one where you're like crossing your fingers going, let's see if it's going to work.
The B450s are entry level. You want an X570? Yeah, that's different.
yeah, the 3900X in Canada is still like $800 some odd with tax and everything. So
the combo kit for like the new Threadripper motherboard combo, it's like $2,900.
Yeah, it's
that's not
expensive
happen.
now.
I was like, no.
There's nothing. Well, aside from the host of vulnerabilities in the CPU, there's nothing wrong with this computer.
Yeah. That's ultimately
and the math bug that you might trigger at some point unknowingly.
Well, isn't that kind of like one of the issues that we're at right now when it comes to upgrading? Because
we're talking about like percentage points.
It's like feel-good percentage points too. It's not like this game's unplayable or this thing is undoable. It's like it's taken a little long.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like
the 3700X is pretty good for what I do with it.
I mean, between the NVMe drive, the 32 gigs of RAM, the 1080 Ti, right? Like, CPU's not really a bottleneck here.
No, my CPU is like definitely not. Well, my CPU is a bottleneck for gaming, but
for games, yeah.
That's not what this box is meant to do.
I mean, like, hell, the single core performance on the 6700K is still competitive with with Ryzen. So, like, again, I don't need a new computer. It's just been like 5 years.
It's that itch.
Speaking of which, next episode's 400. We're getting close to the magic number.
404.
We're getting a week off.
We still recorded the show, it just never comes out.
Yeah. We don't stream.
That's what we do.
No, it's a lost episode.
No, we straight up fucking pre-record it and I'll live stream it. I'll hook up like let me see if because I have analog inputs and see if I find a VHS camcorder and I'll aim that at a black and white TV.
Lo-fi gamecast.
Oh fuck yeah. It's a bit more than a month. I thought you had like 20 computers, Trader.
I've only seen the 3.
Oh.
Oh, 3. I thought it 2.
4.
It was like
4 actually. Because I mean 5 if you count the Pine book, which I don't. Because that's like the first gen Pine book.
Oh.
Yeah.
I gotta give so I built finally got around to building custom kernels for the Optiplexes. Here's a pro tip, man. If you're using RT kernels that ship with Debian, their timer's at like 400 hertz, dude. And like, what the whoever's listening, maybe you're out there. Why are you doing that? Is it a practical joke? Set it to 1K. 10,000. It takes a minute to build it on quad core. I know you guys don't normally build kernels, but
I mean, last time I was seriously building kernels, it was on a 1 gigahertz ARM CPU. So
yeah. Well,
that was a set it, get up, get lunch, do something else, come back and check to see if it has crashed.
That would kind of be like that. I mean, building it on the 1920X is start it with an NVMe, doing an NVMe partition, check your email, and it'll fart it out. It's done. This probably took like 45 minutes. Then Freyr, you know, our good buddy,
Mr. Olofsson.
Yeah. He hit me on Twitter. He's like, why did you build it? And I thought about that. I was like, God damn it. I could have just built it on the fucking Threadripper and just did the Intel CPU. I was like, why didn't I think about that?
Because you never think to cross-compile shit.
No, it's not even really cross-compiling, is it? I mean, it's all x86. I'm just adding the optimizations for the Intel shit.
I guess.
Yeah. I was like, that would have been a lot quicker.
Well, so if you do like the GCC options of like 03 or whatever, Like, what's the variable to specify which optimizations to use? Because I think it just, like, pulls your system and figures out what you're running it on.
I have not done x86, x86. I know Target Solaris for SV4 if you're cross-compiling on x86 to RISC.
Spark.
Yep. Saber 2.
Spark.
That's a pro tip right there, kids. Do not try to compile shit on Spark, man. I mean, you can.
That
If you hate
McDonald's drink cup there, Sandy.
Is that what that is? I thought it was a
Yep.
flashlight.
I mean, you could maybe use it as one.
Fill it with enough jelly.
What, like strawberry?
Mm-hmm.
Or like an orange marmalade?
With the seeds? Yeah.
Whatever scent you're particular to.
Listen, I didn't buy this bottle of Yellow Jackets for nothing.
Just dump a bottle of, or a jar of Smuckers in your fleshlight and have that.
No, you do that. Pour a little yeast in there, a little bit of flour.
Yeah, you get what? You got cum muffins, cum scones. Speaking of, go to vote.linuxgamecast.com. Vote on some freaking show titles before we get into the hate mail.
Let's see if
It's
we
too
can
stupid to.
extra.
Speaking of baking, Nori made some unwitting shortbread today.
Speaking of bacon, that's what I'm going to be doing in a little bit.
Bacon.
Hey, yeah, I'm gonna make some bacon.
All right. Pancakes?
Nah, I don't have pancake stuff here.
No.
I probably should get like some flour though.
I forgot to check. I was so like,
There's none of that
I
in
finally go
Tesco's.
like, yeah, I've noticed that. I didn't think to go look on the flour aisle because I was like,
Yeah.
oh, finally a wiped out like toiletries aisle. It's like, yes, I finally saw it in real. Then I just left. I wasn't even there for anything. I was just gawking. I was like,
I still have like half a sack of rice left, so I'm good. That's gonna last me a good while.
yeah.
Rice is good when you're hungry and you want to
So-
eat 1,000 of something.
What type of shortbread?
She was trying to make cookies, but again,
Was
there's
she
no
trying to
flour
make cookies and
anywhere.
fucked up and made bread?
Well, shortbread's a
Made
type of
shortbread.
cookie.
Yeah.
It's
It's a very
basically
particular.
like it's butter. It's butter
You see,
cookies.
it's like bread. I cut it out round. Now it's a cookie. See?
well, I mean,
But yeah, no, she was just trying to make
is.
regular cookies, but since there is no flour and the only thing that Tesco's had was corn flour, she made it with corn flour. And unwittingly, it became shortbread. It's exactly like, really, it's not overly sweet. It's actually just a decent amount of sweetness to it. And they immediately melt as soon as you bite into them. It's like, that was so
Now
good.
Now I'm just
That's
hungry for
actually
cornbread.
really good.
I could fuck up some cornbread right now.
Jalapeno cornbread.
Oh, that'd be so good. Oh,
Goddamn.
fuck. That'd be delicious. Fuck.
Yeah. I haven't had bread in like 2 years, man. I miss it. It's worth it.
I don't know, man. I like bread too much.
Yeah. It's
It depends on the bread. Like
I'm used to it now, but yeah,
bread
it's
roll, baguette, sure.
A nice
Anything
challah
else,
or a
yeah.
brioche. Or like a sourdough. Sourdough's nice.
rough. Isn't that like
First-
a thing? A lot of people are talking about doing like sourdough lately.
Yeah, because people are like getting sourdough starters because it's relatively easy to make.
They do realize that that just keeps going, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You gotta keep making sourdough. That's the cost.
I just feel bad for like plumbing. I'm like, flush it. Try to get rid of it. You get rid of it and like, this is sourdough. It's outside. It wants my
Oh,
kids.
dude, it's like the 2021 remake of The Blob, except it's just sourdough.
It is. I wonder if you can make sourdough cookies.
You probably could. Sourdough pizza's pretty good.
That sounds like that would work. yeah.
Sourdough pizza is pretty good, yeah.
Like if you do like sourdough garlic pizza. Oh.
Oh, fuck. Now, God damn it! Now I'm hungry. Fuck. Let's do the hate mail before I,
I just
dig
remembered
myself
I
into a
bought
deep-
garlic like a month ago. Fuck. I guess we'll be finding that out later.
When you're sharing a kitchen with someone, people come in and it's like, why does this place smell like garlic? Why are you wrong? It should smell like garlic all the time.
Garlic and onions. All right. What's a pepperami?
Pepperami?
Pepperami.
It's Rami Malek from Mr. Robot, except he's made out of peppers.
Is it single?
I don't know.
Larry makes
It's
sourdough
pastrami and pepperoni.
half
It's
salami,
pepperoni.
half pepperoni. Oh, leftovers. Got it. I don't know. Half salami. It's just, I don't know.
Oh, salami. All right. I went with pastrami on that one, but okay.
Palami.
I mean, like, they're both sausages, right?
No, man. Sandy, we've been over this. Hot dogs made of chicken knees.
I mean, the chicken dogs are.
Possibly.
Turkey sausages are also pretty good.
Oh, I made my own soup stock the other day. It's frozen right now.
Go ahead, Mir. Might as well.
Yeah. Cool.
Yes. Well, now you should give Mir Nori's Discord so that he can just accost her constantly.
Mm-hmm. Randomly for no reason.
Yep.
Yep.
Nori knows how to use the block
I
button.
was about to say, I mean, you'll find out where the mute button is. And you're like, oh, there it is. You don't block, you mute. Then they don't know. You ever go back? I see it sometimes in the show notes because if I link to a tweet, especially when I made them, like, oh, look, those fuckers are still going at me. And people just randomly fucking at reply you with random bullshit.
Oh yeah.
And you're like, I'm tired of you getting notifications. It's like, herp, herp, herp. I'm like, nope, gone. But they're still going. All right, let's get the hate mail going. Cylindrical meat.
I'm so hungry now. Fuck. I want that jalapeno cornbread. That sounds amazing,
good, doesn't it?
Oh, fuck.
That's the dangerous thing about it's cornbread's so easy to make too.
Yeah.
I mean, you could be halfway done with your pan and be like, I'm just gonna make another pan right back.
Yeah, that first one is not going to survive out of the oven. We need the second pan. So
you
I have
get
some
done
for
with that,
later.
dude. You'll be curled up in the corner of the kitchen, covered in cornbread pieces and shame. It'll be awesome.
It's like, do what you want. I've already won.
I want more.
All right, click. Let's do it. Yeah, sriracha's doesn't do me any good having sriracha. I'll fuck up an entire bottle of sriracha. Just
That
gone.
goes very quickly.
No, it's
yeah.
gone. It's pointless. I buy this straight out of Mexico hot sauce, and it's reasonably, but it's large enough to where I don't try to challenge use it. I'm just right.
Would you like some food with that hot sauce?
Yeah, usually not. 3, 2.
And if you'd like to put a bit of a bow on that
A hot bow.
episode of Linux Gamecast that you just witnessed, you can put some hot sauce on it. It might taste a little bit better. Or not. But hey, you can let us know about your opinions on the kinds of sauces that are hot, or maybe not, by going to linuxgamecast.com, hitting the contact button, filling out the form. Make sure LGC Weekly is the show that you're sending your bit of hate mail to. Otherwise, you might end up being featured on the Wednesday show, what Ven, Jill, and myself do on Wednesday. So
If there's a connection there, I can sniff it. I'll figure
Smells
you
like
out one day,
cornbread.
Mateus.
Smells like jalapeno cornbread, man.
It's Jordan's looking on
My
Grubhub
brain
and
is
he's like, can I get this?
My brain is shutting down. I just want food.
Coming up first this week from John P. It's 100% Linux. This was actually posed to me on Twitter, to which I was like, hey, man, this is a good question. I want to share with friends and family and the community. He writes, hey, since I'm 100% Linux on all of my computers, if I run Steam Windows games via Proton, does that count as selling out to Windows? Or does it count as expanding my Linux options? ? I'm only looking at, quote, free, unquote, games. No money used. I'm kind of confuzzled. Now, I wrote back to share my piece. I want your feedback on this as well. Is for me, there's no Linux test, really. No one's going to like, no, we got the results back, man. You're only 68% Linux. Get out of here. Get the blindfold on him. Old yellow.
I like the idea of like someone test your computer. I'm sorry, sir, you have Windows. Doctor, please, it can't be.
Your desktop has Linux. Spread to your mobile. No, man. Proton's a tool. Linux is a tool. Linux is an operating system. Linux, all operating systems, strangely, have like their own little cults and religions and around them. The Mac cult of Mac, and there's the Linux zealots. And yeah, right, exactly. It's not a cult. Well, it's still a cult.
It's
not a
50%
cult
of a
for like 67% of the show. It's not a cult.
It's not a cult. It's more of a secret society.
There we go. Shh. But this is the way I look at it, man. That's a tool. I mean, if you want to play more games and Proton lets you play more games, you enjoy that. I don't think anyone's going to take the piss on you, right? You got to pay.
No, it's the same thing about like using emulators and stuff, right? Like no one's going to give you guff for playing old Super Nintendo games on any sort of operating system, right? I mean, if you subscribe to the law of heretic purchases, there are already so many loopholes. You can just wait for games to go on sale in bundles and whatnot.
And one of the already established loopholes is if you have a backlog of games already.
I got the loophole, bitches.
You're a loophole.
Oh, full
Your
of
mom's
loops.
a loophole.
Hey, man, you said you wanted to bring that up. You're welcome.
Shut up, David Carradine.
Dude, Humble Monthly. That went from I had no interest in that whatsoever. For like, sorry, I love you, Matthew. You're great. Your favorite little crumpet. But I'm not going to run another operating system. That's too much work for me these days. But when Proton rolled out, I just have a play button. Like, yeah, all right. Send me some games every month. There might be one or two I want to play around with. Especially, I have an excuse of like, there'll be something to play on Fridays as we play Return to Gas of Wolfenstein. It's my excuse, so go to hell. Plus,
when did that come out? 2003? 4?
We need to figure out.
Has a native Linux version.
We need to figure out how to get some of the high-res texture packs working on that. I was looking into that the other. Oh man, people have went crazy on that thing. But no, man, play what you want. Me personally, I roll with that Heretic purchase system, man. I mean, I try not to give money to developers that don't support Linux, not directly anyway.
Yep. That's the big one. It's like if the developer is or has shown any kind of like anti-Linux behavior, Bethesda, we probably shouldn't be throwing money at them because as Linux users, you kind of don't want to reward that behavior.
Mind you, I will freely admit to spending hundreds of dollars on Nintendo games because Nintendo's gonna.
You did buy a Switch.
Yeah, the Switch runs Linux, man. So
it runs BSD.
It runs Linux,
BSD,
not
but
BSD.
yeah, close enough.
I think the Switch does run straight Linux.
No, it runs straight BSD.
All right,
they got Linux running on it because it's a Tegra tablet. Because yeah.
What was
they
it?
also
The
got
Wii that ran
Android
Linux?
running on it.
I think it was the Wii U that was running Linux.
One of the two. We'll be on Google later if you're looking for us.
Right.
Pedro, what are your thoughts on that?
I think it's BSD, but we should probably move on with the hate mail and LibreQuest. One of our most recent Patreons.
We fucked up. We fucked up because in the shilling segment we had two new Patreons that we had to talk about. We didn't mention it.
No,
LibreQuest and Quiz.
LibreQuest and Chris.
Quiz?
Chris and Chris
Oh,
is
it's
clutch.
Quiz. I'm hunting Webbits.
It's Quiz.
In any case, LibreQuest is actually asking or thanking us, I suppose, because we made some hardware recommendations. Hey everyone at LGC, I just wanted to let you know that I've decided to purchase the RX 5700 XT with a Ryzen 5 1600 CPU. You didn't get the AF. That was a big one. My GPU's pump had a crack and was no longer usable, so I was asking you all what a good replacement would be. You made it clear that I would need a new kernel to run the newer AMD GPUs. Yes. After much consideration and budget upgrade searching, I decided on this pair. Thanks for the insight and helping me decide how to go about replacing my current setup, which was R9 Fury X and the 2200G overclocked. So, okay, no, that is most certainly an upgrade because you're getting an extra 2 cores at least, but you didn't go with the AF. The Ryzen 5 1600 AF it's basically a 2600, which is really nice.
What's the issue with the 1600 though? I mean, what are you going to run into that can't run?
It's not about not being able to
There's
run.
your
It's
answer.
about being
You're
able
welcome.
to run.
Yeah. I mean, like the performance delta between like Zen and the second gen Ryzen, pretty minor. It was like it was mostly TDP improvements.
16% IPC improvements.
Ish.
But, yeah.
But
ish.
I mean, it genuinely depends. I mean, because I have a first gen, the Threadripper's first gen Ryzen.
Mm-hmm.
And it, to give you an idea of the difference, is it genuinely trades blows with the 2700X in single thread IPC.
Mm-hmm.
So, not much of a difference.
I mean, I gotta say, good on you for going with the open sauce Wombo combo.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, yeah, enjoy the 5700 XT. Let us know how it runs.
Hey man, I'm impressed. Somebody held on to bought the Furry.
Yeah, the Furry X. You don't see a lot of people who bought one of those.
Especially
it's for
the
people
Nano
who...
Furry. I kind of want one of those, man. Just like that'd be fun to have.
I mean, some people have tiny cases. I don't know. Up next, we got Strider. Mathieu sent us some hate mail. And he said, "Like a Champ, name a game that used to run like a Champ, but no longer does, and I'll up my Patreon by $1. I want to say Vendetta: Curse of the Ravenscry.
Let me tell you, that never ran like anything.
That still runs as well as it ever did. Yeah.
It's impervious to new CPUs and new GPUs. It can't be asked. This is something that popped up in Mastodon. I was like, all right, I'll take the Pepsi challenge on this. So I went out with this, and what was it? Sacred Gold?
Sacred Gold is like, it was my go-to.
I dropped that bomb. I dropped that bomb in Mastodon, and he's like, well, can't that be run just fine with wine?
No, because as it turns out, there are a lot of textures that don't respect the Z levels, and the game is basically broken if you try to run it with wine.
Well, here's the thing. You know, I wrote back and was like, I wasn't aware wine could run Linux executables. It's like, no. You see, what I meant is not what I said. Quit trying to judge me.
That was the first scooch of the goalposts.
Now you say that. But have they gotten the WSL working under wine so that you can run Windows Linux apps in your Windows apps under Linux?
The container for that better be called Yodogs. Dude, I went ahead and dropped the bomb because this conversation moved over to Discord. I think the one good example of that, thanks Gary, is Rust because of EAC.
Rust.
Mm-hmm. And you can keep your dollar.
Rust now straight up doesn't run.
No. Womp womp. Jordan, do you have any top contenders for that?
I can't. None. I thought about it for a minute. None that I can really think of. But like most of the games I play aren't like graphical juggernauts and run pretty consistently. So,
well, I guess that's going to do it. Nothing left to do, but maybe we can pull the train in without it derailing again, right?
No.
It's bold promises
Cue the
there,
music.
Mr. Stone.
You can always find us 8:30 Eastern Standard Moon Time, where we go live on twitch.com/LinuxGamecast. Watch us after the fact. Download the podcast. I think we have a YouTube channel. You can watch a video there where we're doing the things and the video stuffs, because video. That's kind of brilliant. You want to get a hold of me? I'm just at Vin Stone on Twitter, or just at Vin at mast.linuxgamecast.com. Hit me there. I will usually say hello back, just not that nice.
I'm Jordan Swung. I don't run as fast as I used to under Linux, and you can find me slowly running into a wall, colliding into it at The Burning Fool on Twitter or at Frojo on mass.linuxgamecast.com. Splat.
Fucking Stadia still doesn't work.
Stop playing Destiny.
Mateusz. And you can find me at Unaccounted For on Twitter. That's it. That's where you can find me. I am technically on Mastodon, but I don't fucking go there.
What's your Stadia
Twitter?
handle if we want to play Destiny with you?
Unaccounted For.
All right, Adam on Stadia. Do it.
It is. Here's the one thing I was impressed about. We were only in on RTCW Coop for like 20 seconds, and Pedro already had his like fucked up backwards high lit, like, hey, look, I'm an edgy 12-year-old.
It was unaccounted in red and the number 4 in blue.
Yep.
Like this goddamn mouse.
Yep. Told you. That's exactly what I was trying to get across.
I mean, edgy 14-year-olds are our target demographic, right? They're the ones whose parents have credit cards, right?
So just the
That may or may not have been a bit of a borrow from the old Quake 3 days, but...
Stand the fires, beautiful people. We'll see you next week.
Send
You'll
us your
never
parents'
stop.
credit card. Bye.
Just pictures. We don't need the whole thing. Can I tie in a... Yes, you can.
You can tie in a tsunami.
I mean, I won't tell on you, man.
Sainami.
It might be, you know, a little challenging, but you can.
All right. Boop. Boop. Whoop. Boop. All right. Tsunami is easy to spell.
Tsunami.
And I only say that because it's such a fucked up spelled word. But it's just like, really? That's so dumb you memorized it. You're like, yeah,
See,
right.
But it's that in Worcestershire and Leicestershire and...
Oh, dude, pretty much all of North England.
Yeah.
This is how I spell tsunami, though.
Oh, I get it.
Yep.
Didn't give me cancer, but still pretty bad.
Yep.
Okay.
Nani?
Oh, dude. Spring sale, wait until the sale. Man, there's nothing... See, there you go, burning a heretic purchase, man. Is there
Yeah,
anything...
Code Vein. I did get the notifications like, oh, Code Vein is 40% off. Yeah, but it's only 40% off.
I was right there with you, sister. I was like, man, no. You give me like
Make that 60% off.
75 is where I was going with that. I was like, maybe? Maybe. That's not even a yoink. Now, I bought Nier. Of course, hell, I bought $100 and something worth of Nier for everyone.
Yes.
But it was 70 or 80. I mean, it was like $20. And like, you know what? It's been 2 years. All right. Plus, it was on the Steam whitelist, and we had to test. I mean, it was a business expense.
Yep. Plus, like, you know, I would say Nier is of a quality that I would pay like $30 for it.
It's one of those things. If I had paid the iron price for it, I would have gotten 60 out of it just because in order to beat the game, you have to play it three times to beat it, and it's compelling enough to where you go through it because you go through 3 different things without spoiling anything. Yeah, that are very different. You're like, oh, it's got a good fucking story.
Yep.
Nani.
I mean, good luck waiting for like 5 years, Sandy.
Oh, there was a beta update.
Oh wait, that's Final Fantasy 12.
That was on the PS2. You can get it for free.
I mean, you could hit up a pawn shop. You could probably find it.
Really? Do you see, like, is that a thing, Canada? There's still, games
I
and pawn
loaded.
shops, because nowadays that's like
Okay. Admittedly, the last time I did it was like in 2009, but like I loaded up on PS2 games for like $30. I got like a dozen or so of them.
mm,
But you're right. I don't know at this point in 2020, 11
Michael.
years later.
Bayonetta is worth like $5 when it goes on sale, like 3 times a year.
Yeah, it goes on sale a lot, dude.
Yeah.
I bought that bundle that came with Devil May Cry 4, and it's been staring at me, and I still haven't started it up.
Devil May Cry 4, that was fun. I guess maybe because I don't treat DMC as a religion. I really didn't know anything about it. Never played any of the originals. I played my experience was the DMC, like the Edge Overlord remake version. I was like, that's a perfectly fine, fun game if you want to have like 7 or 8 hours of fucking things up. And I'm like, that's what I look for in a spectacle brawler. It delivered, has a story with it.
To be fair, most everyone was just complaining about the appearance of Dante having changed from like the slightly longer hair, white hair thing.
Did you see
to
the original?
The short hair?
Dude, I went back and watched the documentary on Devil May Cry because I was like, what is this shit all about? Because then I played through it. I was like, what's there to hate? I did see the original concept art and the original trailer they did, where he was like smoking a cigarette. He was like hyper emo. Like, can't be asked to do it. That okay. I could see that rage to that. So they like de-emoed him a bit.
Yeah, they just made him the typical anime badass. But then they went back and they went full on teenage angst for DMC. So people weren't terribly happy about that because there were a lot of people that were secretly hoping that Dante would come to them at night and bum them.
You know what I think it's more along the lines of like Dante in the original Devil May Cry is what like the edgelord teenagers wanted to be, and the new and what was the new guy? Nero or whoever, I forget what
Nero,
it was, but
yeah.
but he was Nero is the guy who they actually looked like. So they're like, don't make me face my reality. I want to be like an edgy teenager like I was back in the day.
Like Devil May Cry 5 is you get to play as what's his name from Star Wars?
Darth Vader?
No. Damn it.
Emperor Palpatine?
9. No.
Bib Fortuna?
Solo's son.
Oh, Ben Kenobi?
Yeah.
Not Ben Kenobi, Ben Skywalker.
Sure.
Even though like his dad left the family and his mother is like a powerful politician.
Listen, man, I am not a Star Trek nerd. I don't know those things.
Listen, man, you gotta watch more Battlestar Galactica.
Gate.
It's the only way to know.
Voyager.
Battlestar Gate Galactica.
Voyager.
Yeah, Voyager.
1999.
The next generation. The legend continues. Oh, dude, did you watch Kung Fu: The Legend Continues?
I've seen all the parody. Wait, oh, you mean the TV series?
The TV series, yeah.
I definitely have seen an episode or two of that, yes.
Yeah, it was the same vintage as like Highlander, the TV series.
Yeah.
And
Metal Gear, I would play Metal Gear Rising, but it's got a bug with the D9VK. Are you watching, Josh? To where if you try to full screen it, it does that 1080p left side, upper left-hand corner window.
Oh,
with everything
shit.
1080p. Yeah, that thing. There's no way around it. We're going to kick over into the after shows. And so if you want to hop on Discord and come say hi, you're welcome to.
And while you do that, I'm going to go eat a banana before I pass out.
Now, that sounds impressive, but he was eating when we started the show.
It's the potassium deprivation.
Yes, man.
That boy's addicted.
All the potassium.
How y'all find jets? Let's see.
Input, output.
Hello, hello.
Oh, Joe.
Hello.
I can hear a Jill.
I can hear a Pedro.
Pedro.
Hello.
There's Scott. Scott couldn't let the hello train pull out of the station.
So I just bought Doom Eternal.
Are you server muted, Rohit?
Yes, he is.
Yeah, you were. Do you remember why you were server muted, Rohit?
Uh-oh.
You're no longer server muted, Rohit.
Nope.
You just need to unmute yourself.
That was anytime anyone joins the after show with their audio blown out and it sounds like they're attacking their microphone,
Mm-hmm.
you get a server mute. It's not out of meanness, it's for the protection of people at home.
Protecting the eardrums of everyone.
Pretty much. It was, you weren't being too bad. I think it was your brother screaming in the background. Now that it's coming back to me.
I remember something about someone screaming in the background. It's like, nope, we're
I was
having
like,
none
I've
of
had
that.
enough of that. Memories. The gray matter seems to be turning now. And it's like, oh, okay, yeah, that might happen. Yeah, I did do it out of spite. I'd do something like that to like Matthew or something, but that's just random. Oh, okay. So
Oh, I did buy something just
what'd you
because
get?
I needed Bluetooth headset. I bought
Need.
Parasony ones.
need.
Oh, those are nice, Pedro.
You don't
It's
have
like,
issues with,
okay,
consistency.
Sony Bluetooth headset.
Rohit.
Rohit, really?
Oh, can you hear me now?
We can also hear ourselves.
Okay, thanks.
You want to put that on your...
There we go.
Yeah.
And we're back.
Yeah,
Server muted.
your server muted again.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Oh, Rohit.
Hey, Pedro, you don't have issues with Bluetooth connectivity, weird dropout?
No, actually, it was Ven who suggested a really neat fix for Bluetooth connectivity issues. Put it on
I did?
a little extension, and
Oh, that thing. Yeah.
like right up against the wall, as
Stick it
far
on the
away
wall.
from any electrical equipment as possible, and it goes everywhere.
Yes, get some altitude on it.
Oh, nice. I need to try
that's
that.
just
Yep.
fine.
USB extension cord, man. That's an old. I mean, if you need headsets, remember when we used to have to like talk to people?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good way.
No, I don't know when we had talk to people.
Well, you could do like that,
yeah,
Scott.
no. With these, they were like 30 pounds. They're usually like 50, so they were on sale, which is nice. And they, again, it's headsets, and they're clearly trying to compensate for headsets not having great bass. The bass on this one is a little too high for my liking, but it doesn't sound tinny, so good on them for that.
Well, you're gonna get the
Oh, yeah.
yeah, they're gonna be EQ'd for that. I mean, it's A2DP audio, which is gonna sound
Yep.
fine enough. I am
I have some good Sony ones.
those AKGs, those reference monitors. I just like, you know what? I'll pay an extra $50 so I don't have to wear something in my head that looks like the other ones. But
Yeah.
yeah, like these headphones. How many? Like 2 years I've had these. These are the AKG K6s. Jordan just realized I had them tonight in the pre-show.
It was the little yellow outline around the cable bit. Yeah.
The gold. I mean,
Yeah.
that. I don't like the gold.
Yeah. Big
But
Cody.
I
this is
bought
like
Nori for her birthday 3 years ago or 4 years ago a pair of not like the high-end AKGs, but the mid-range AKGs.
You can get the well, mid-range AKGs are about $260.
Okay, then the low end AKG.
This is the lower end, and they're about 70, 65, 70 bucks.
Yeah,
what you're talking about is consumer AKGs.
Yes.
Yes, they make those. That's the ones. Okay,
60 something.
I say this because we're on the stream. Don't get the. People want to buy studio. They're like, oh, it's studio. It sounds better. If you listen to music in these, they sound atrocious. Music does not sound. These are for voice.
Yeah.
They're reference unless it has a multi-mix mode. Don't tinker with it. Buy something that's EQ'd for bass or music and stuff like that. You have a much better. Unless you're an audiophile, then there's no reasoning with you.
Yeah, no. Then you just buy Sennheisers anyway because
Sennheiser makes some good
you are
headphones.
an asshole.
Sennheiser, I mean, for like, if I was just listening to like pre-recorded music and games, I'd get some Sennheisers because you can get a decent pair for about $200. $200 is cheap for headphones.
The most expensive headset, headphones I ever bought were those AKGs for Nori, and they were like 70 euros, 69 something.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, no, she used those until they were falling apart.
See, for the price, those are really good. And that's the K701s. The only thing I don't like about those is they don't have the mini XLR like these do for the cable. But see, look, yeah, these are the ones I have right here, $67. The Bear Dynamics, those aren't bad. But yeah, there's like the K702s. That's what I would call like the low end for the studio reference. But yeah, these are the budget ones. The one I have, the K240s.
I mean, my hearing is probably like damaged enough that no matter what headphones, I'm not going to hear the entire spectrum.
You wouldn't hear it with these either. These are,
yeah, but like these $20 headsets from Monoprice, they work fine.
dude. 99% of the stuff I listen to either comes directly out of like the speakers on a tablet, depending on which one it is, or my little Amazon Echo thing.
Not using the Sonos anymore.
Rarely. I don't know, man. It's just like more hassle than. Yeah. Now that I got my little Oud device,
Yeah.
I'm just going somewhere. I just take my little Echo, stick it down, and then I can have two different things, and I still will use it in like conjunction. If I'm listening to something like a sports ball game, which I do, yeah, I'll have that going through the entire house. Because then I'm doing other stuff and I don't have to worry about it. Or if I need to listen to two things. Because you know how that happens. Sometimes you got to listen to more than one thing at a time.
These Corsair HS50s, I think they are.
Mm-hmm.
They're good enough to the point where I'm like, I can actually listen to everything on these, and it doesn't sound extra bassy when I'm listening to music. It actually has a pretty good range. For voice, it's fine. It's absolutely fine. To the point where the ear pads starting to come apart from, wearing them all the time, that I just went to Corsair's website. It's like, oh, you're selling replacement ear pads for £5. All right. Give me.
I'm okay. I'm glad they're $5. I was gonna ask, like, because Corsair, they're a pretty solid brand as far as PC parts go, but sometimes they got a little bit of markup for the privilege.
Well, Corsair is now in the business of buying shit from other companies, putting Corsair logos on it. Like, Corsair doesn't make headsets.
Nah.
Corsair doesn't.
They don't make headsets. They don't make
chairs.
RAM. They don't make.
Right. They put the
bunch of
Corsair
stuff.
thing on it.
I do like the Corsair Obsidian cases though. Those are quite nice.
Is that what we have?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have the Corsair 270R.
Yeah. I actually one I really like is Fractal. They do really nice, just like bare bones cases.
Yeah, this one just popped out because I was looking for something big with 140 fans on it, so it'd be quiet-ish. And yeah, that popped up in my search, and I'm like, yeah, it wasn't terribly expensive. I got it used for like $120.
I mean, this is gonna sound the way it sounds, but I was basically just looking something for big, black, and hollow. So,
Can I like your heart?
yeah.
This 270R, it usually retails for like 60, 70 pounds. I got it for 30 off of Amazon Warehouse because apparently it had a significant bit of damage to the front. And as I got it, I opened the box and it's like, oh, someone used a knife and they jammed it in there and slid it across the front of the thing because it had a pretty big gash.
I'm always curious
Pedro,
about like the.
I gotta say, at least it wasn't a brick.
This is true.
At least you opened it up and the intended object was inside, however damaged.
I still break that story out to people every now and then. Well, I've never bought, you know, like when you're looking, because pretty much everything in this studio, except for this monitor, I had to pay full price for that fucking monitor. Only because it matched too. I am not that person, but damn it.
But sometimes you are.
You had to be. Sometimes you're forced into a situation where you're just fucked. I'm like, God damn it. No, when you're getting stuff like from Amazon Warehouse and you see it's like, oh, no, it's fine. May not come in original. But then they get like the other grade. It's effectively just gnarly. It's like this thing's jacked up, but it technically still works. I haven't ordered anything with that description yet. I don't really care what it looks like.
Yeah, I don't know. I usually just buy shit new because, I mean, you know, theoretically, the thing should be in the box. Sometimes it isn't. Sometimes it's
Yes.
a cinder block and recycling.
It weighs about the same.
Right, like
I love Mr. Alert. I love your sage advice.
Do people?
I mean, doing people is better than alternative.
Fair.
do people
Do people?
That
do
should be a
people,
shirt.
or
We need
do
that.
they
Do
do-
people.
do people?
it just says on the front in big block letters. Do people on the back? Like
On the back, it's a sheep.
No, dude, it says, if you can read this, do people.
on the back of it is just the words "people do."
Fair, actually, that's good. That's a good one too.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And Mir, yeah, ever since the whole quarantine thing started, I haven't shaved.
I shaved recently because I was getting like pretty scruffy neck beard, and I'm like, this feels gross. I gotta get rid of it.
I don't think I've shaved in nearly a year.
I shaved because I cut the side of my face off because I've been trying to use the safety razor,
Oh,
You're the Joker?
and I'm getting, well, it's the newfangled thing the kids are using, you know, and I didn't feel like fucking slicing half my neck off, so I just broke up my straight razor, and it'd been a while since I'd used a straight razor, and just right here, just like, and I was like, oh, it's bleeding a lot. All right, hang on.
So you didn't feel like cutting your neck off, so you use a straight razor.
Scott,
Isn't
I've
that
been
the
using
exact
it.
opposite?
I've been using a straight razor for 20 years, man. Come on.
Oh yeah.
Sandy, that's an
Sandman,
epic fucking
yeah.
beard right there.
Yeah, that's nice, Sandy.
I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie, I actually wanted to use a straight razor for a long time, but just never got around to it.
Sandy
I
is
do-
one of those fuckers who can like grow a full beard, and I hate him for it.
But that's not like the whole thing, man. I mean, like replaceable blades and stuff like that. I got the safety razor because I wanted to see, like, if I could get used to using one of those. That straight razor I bought, speaking of shit, I got off eBay, and that straight razor is probably 60 years old, and it will outlive me, man.
do you get a nice
You
leather
honed
strap?
it and sharpened it well.
Yeah, I hone it. Yeah, I got a leather strap to hone it.
Strap.
Drop it.
I mean, if you take care of it, then it's gonna be a while. I mean, I know that like barbers and stuff like that can keep replacing it, but that's because it's a business expense at that point.
I mean, at the same time, it's a knife.
Yeah.
If you keep it sharp, it'll cut stuff. That's
Isn't
kind of
it?
how knives work.
Well, even if you're getting disposable blades, man, razors, hair doesn't really dull what it is. If you have a blow dryer, take a blow dryer to it after you get done shaving. The water is what dulls it.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I just go to
Not really.
to Dorco because you can just buy like a box of 32 razors for like $10, and then I just don't care about it.
Oh god, I hate those. I hate
Well, you can buy a
those.
box of safety razors for I think it's like $1 for 60 of them.
Right, like there are options, like however you want to shave. I wish I had like the full beard so I could just embrace the full AZ and like become a wizard, but I don't, so I
Aw.
can't.
What's the best way to prevent non-dull blades, Scott? To keep them under a pyramid?
I mean, yeah,
No idea.
yeah.
Just keep replacing them.
You could keep them in like slots in the walls, and then like if you hit a pressure plate on the floor, they'll like come out and cut you into pieces.
See, that's the problem. I remember seeing the movie where like they had the shaky room with the razor blades. I was like, oh, that'd be fun to go through. See, I'm defective like that, 100%.
I'm just reminded of
It's like,
that
I'd
one
try
scene
that.
from Galaxy Quest. There's like, oh, you have to go buy the chompers. What the hell are the chompers? And it's just like these giant smashing fuck you blocks. And it's like, why are these here? I don't know. They were in that episode that one time, so
Yeah.
they put it in. Galaxy Quest. I need to watch that movie again. That's so good. It is
Holds
like
up.
the second or
One
third
of my
best Star Trek movie.
Yes.
Oh god, Mia, did you have to?
It exploded.
I mean, I don't think it's worth it to shave my back, because then it, like, my back's already pretty itchy.
It just
so
itches like,
shaving
fuck.
off the hair would just make it itch more, and I'd go insane.
Yeah, just go all.
And, like-
Pedro, as my fellow co-host without back hair,
Yeah,
What are
I
your
was about
thoughts
to
on
say I
this?
don't have any back hair. What the fuck?
I'm sorry that I'm just the alpha male, you guys.
I'm proof of the existence of
Like, if silverback gorillas are anything to go by, yeah,
do you have an opposable thumb and you like bananas? Got it.
Yeah.
it's true. I love them. They're great.
This
I
guy.
like bananas with the cereal bowl.
Well, listen, man. If he wasn't,
Oh, just eat a
he has
banana.
to if he didn't have to dedicate so much time to back hair shaving, he'd be able to cut them and eat the cereal. But listen, man, he's trying to just get through life. All right.
Man, I don't want to shave my back hair. That'd be terrible.
Just don't name your banana Pedro.
Who's your friend?
Yeah, exactly.
He is now.
I don't name my bananas. I just eat them. They don't deserve
Yeah,
names.
exactly. If you name them, then you won't want to eat them. Then they'll just go bad.
I've just imagined Scott's desk and the smell.
Scott makes this mistake often, I imagine. He has like a fridge full of like avocados and like
Dare
peppers that
you
he just
speak of
refuses to eat
Stefan
'cause he
like
named
that?
them.
His name is Bill and Ted and
Like,
Alan and
Yeah,
Steve.
he takes one out of
Well
like
said.
the produce bag. And he
Well
like brings it to
said.
the table. Is like, all right, time to cut you up, Billy. Oh no, not Billy! I can't do that to you, Billy. I love you, Billy.
I'm sorry, Jimmy. I'm going to have to chop your brother up.
It is a bit depressing because he records all these, but he never releases the audio.
One day,
One day.
one day.
They're all in the place locker.
Leave that in your wheel of the thumb drive.
Oh, what's this? What?
The TrueCrypt password's in like the will or something. Yeah.
No, you do your true crypt and all that fun, but have like a straight up play with your bananas.
Oh no, it's just a dick
To
butt. It's
be
just a
or
picture.
not to be. Sorry. To peel or not to peel.
No. After all that, it's just like straight up just a picture of dick butt. Like they go through all the effort to like track down the decryption key. It's like dick butt. You think people
Yeah.
are gonna do that in like wills? They're just gonna like throw in little like, you have to read through all this.
You know what I want to
Here's
do
a
is
Rickroll.
I want to have, because I have a safety deposit bag, 2 of them. Just have like get a reasonable sized gold bar. Let's say like, $7-8 grand. Just have it
Go full
gnarled.
40 ounce.
Have
big
it gnarled up, man. I'm just gonna pour some acid on it, chew it up a bit, have that in a box under some random ass GPS coordinates in South America. That's it.
You know, that would actually be funny just to like leave gold somewhere just for someone to find it, just to get old fashioned treasure hunt. Right?
Well,
Yeah,
there's not going to be
the-
fuck there. There's, the gold's going to be in the box. If they're smart, they take it and just leave it, but they won't.
Yeah.
The
That's
problem with that
entire
though
plot.
is if someone else.
It's the entire plot of it's a mad worlds. Like
What's
yeah.
that?
Someone dies and there's like a set of coordinates and a bunch of people are trying to race to it because they think there's a bunch of treasure there.
Ooh, how do you get a bunch of people to...
So like Rat Race,
You-
but John Cleese is
well-
alive.
Well, Rat Race is a remake of It's a Mad Worlds. So
Yeah,
yeah,
pretty much.
But John Cleese is alive.
John Cleese is alive
This is a sticking point with Scott.
He
We've
was
been here.
last time I checked.
for now, I guess. Scott, are you telling us something, or is it what you're not telling us?
I'm telling you, he's alive.
This is
It's
plausible
great.
deniability for the upcoming court case, because maybe he's not.
Oh, he's saying it live right now. He's like, he's totally alive, you
Yeah,
guys.
he's on Twitch.
Twitch plays John Cleese.
Oh, that would be awesome.
They just give him
Just
a bunch
doing
of silly
improv.
walks and he has to do them. But he's like old, so it's like miserable and painful because he has arthritis.
What's something we can get a bunch
no,
of
we can
people
still
into
do
at
it.
one time?
Gang beasts?
That's like limited to 8. Plus, no one really knows what they're fucking doing or not.
That's kind of the
Yes.
point of
Yeah.
gang beasts.
We could all
That's
just sit
part-
here and finish that and just have a conversation, get more out of it than having the conversation while doing whatever that is.
Bumping and
Well,
grinding.
while you guys decide that, I need to pee. I'll be back.
How about shell shock? We haven't done that. We'll do that.
Yeah,
All right,
that's
let's
awesome.
some smell sock.
Yeah. Quick 3 arena. We can do that. Like, I'm all for, like, Jordan, you brought up
Open
something
arena,
last week
something like
to
that.
play, but
Oh yeah, we can do like OG Team Fortress Classic because like everyone fucking has that and it takes 2 seconds to download.
yeah, we can do that next week.
It fits
So
on a
download?
CD-ROM. Like
Oh, okay. So what's this week
Wait,
then?
Foxy,
Sure,
how
sure.
did you
Sure,
not
sure.
get it with that, with the Valve bundle that came with everything, all the Half-Life, everything, and it was like a buck.
I remember. So my copy of all the Gold Source games was originally a boxed copy that like actually got carried over when Steam started.
Oh, you
Like,
can
they're
punch
like-
in the key and...
Punch in your CD key and it gives you just all the Half-Life games. So
Oh, like the
that's what.
orange box, wasn't it, or something? Maybe.
No. The orange box didn't give you that. It just gave you a bunch of games. But like you gotta remember that like Counter-Strike and all these games are just like mods for Half-Life. So if you like bought
yeah,
the store
yeah.
copy, like it was a big sucker game too because you could buy like a box with all the CDs of like Counter-Strike and Half-Life and Opposing Force and blah 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 blah. But if you just bought like a box copy of Counter-Strike, that key is good for all of those games because it's all just an expansion pack for that like base game, right?
Right.
So, yeah. There is a Valve Complete pack, I suppose. Does it come with Half-Life Alyx? It does not. It's not complete. It doesn't come with a Steam controller or an Index. This bundle is $2,000
Whoa.
What?
for like the the actual Valve Complete pack. Literally everything Valve has
Oh,
ever
yeah, that would be
produced.
thousands of dollars. Yeah.
What does that come with? Just games?
No, yeah, well, this one comes with games. The one I'm saying, like, comes with an index and, like, like, it's the Valve Complete pack. It's everything that Valve makes.
Mia, that does not come with Team Fortress Classic.
Yes, it does. Look at the top.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, along with Day of Defeat and, like, yeah, all the Gold Source games. But, like, here's the thing, like, Deathmatch Classic is $5, Day of Defeat is $5,
Yeah, they're all-
TFC is $5.
$7.
Yeah, I'm guessing the only reason why they have that pack in general is just so people can get it when they do. Because Valve sometimes does promotional giveouts. Like if someone does an awesome mod or something, they just give them all a Valve game.
You know what's real stupid about this
that
bundle
and
though?
they-
It comes with Left 4 Dead and Left 4 Dead 2, the game that has all the maps for Left 4 Dead, but is better because it's on a newer engine.
Yeah.
But if you don't want to play with Spitter, then you can play with Left 4 Dead just 1.
But no.
You can
Plus
play with
also-
the old zombies, yeah.
Plus, there's also no Linux version for the OG Left 4 Dead because they're like,
Oh, really?
they're like there's no reason to port it because all the levels are in Left 4 Dead 2, so you get both games.
But the old game would give you the old zombies, so you wouldn't have the new zombie. Which you
So?
might want to not have the new zombie.
Well, then you are a rare edge case, sir.
Oh, definitely.
Thank you, man.
I don't
Good
concern
stuff,
my time
man.
with thinking of the likes of you, Scott, with your desire to play games in their original state.
Hey, that's why, was it World of Warcraft Classic came out?
Yeah.
No, World of Warcraft Classic came out because Blizzard wasn't making money on people who were still playing WoW, but like old versions of it.
Which is people who wanted to do that, right?
Right.
That's exactly what I just said.
Yes, but it's a different market pressure.
No, it's exactly the same market pressure. It's exactly what I said.
You're a market pressure.
I missed something there.
I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention to anything I was saying. I was just riling Scott on.
And he ended up agreeing with me, okay.
I honestly, I have no idea. I was just too busy trying to join the game of
Oh, that's right.
Shell
I should
Shock?
launch Shell Shock, shouldn't I? I was having too much fun messing with Scott.
There's only one spot left, yeah.
What? What? I wasn't in there yet. Hold on.
Come on in, Foxy.
Well,
I'm joining.
And
well, I guess I
It's
can't
full,
join.
Jordan got bumped.
I took too long because I wasn't paying attention.
and now your
Oh.
candy's gone.
One guy. we
Oh
can
no,
kick
not
this
my
Benjamin
candy.
Oh,
I hope you
no.
didn't eat all the special candy.
Benjamin
Can I?
Benjamin
I
Can
did.
I-
They're all Bigfoot.
Can I? I don't want to do that. No, stop it.
They're all dinky deckers.
If we kick this Benjamin Vanier's, there's one more point spot.
By the way, if I say Bigfoot candy, everyone knows what I'm talking about, right?
No, Scott.
Hell
don't.
no.
Ah, room is full. Oh well. I got upgrades available.
We're just waiting on people to be ready now.
Yeah, well, there's one guy we can kick. I'm not sure if he's one of us, but sure.
Benjamin
Van-
Veneers.
Benjamin, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there was some.
Whoever
Wait,
that guy is.
who's Benjamin?
That's what I'm
Oh.
saying.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right,
Oh, you quit. Okay, never mind. Leave.
everyone, get ready.
Yeah.
I'll set up multiplayer.
Okay.
We'll create a game.
Oh.
Go.
Wanna play?
Oh.
Oh,
I'm in.
Scott said.
what? It is not full. Come
What?
on. Come on.
The room is full. Come on.
Yeah, if I'm only letting 2 players in.
There we go.
Ah.
Me versus Ben, let's go.
Yeah, all right. Off he's go.
If you don't make it this time,
Hold on.
too bad, so sad.
Hold.
Okay.
Ooh. Oh.
Right click on Van Join in the Steam list. It's a,
There we
Sounds right in
go.
front of you,
Tournament.
Pedro.
There we go. I'm in. Who's
Papa Pumpkin?
Who's
Oh, no.
Papa Pumpkin?
No one anymore. Okay, cool.
Jill, you need to leave.
Elias
Elias Hoff.
Come on, Jill. Jump in. Come in.
There's a new room.
No.
Donut Cop.
You
Go,
guys.
come on.
Oh.
Keep trying. Keep trying.
I guess
keep
because we
trying.
had
Go away, Donut
Okay,
Cop.
go.
Donut Cup too.
All right. Well, we're playing with
You know-
who
you
we're
know-
playing with. Too bad. I
well,
gave everybody time.
You know what?
Come on,
I
Jill,
like.
chop,
I
chop.
I'm,
Come
Right
on.
click on Van Join.
In the Steam overlay.
It's so
Hoff is
dramatic.
back.
Elias Hoff, welcome to the game.
Oh, no, never mind.
Let's all target the hell out of him.
Yep.
Oh shit, he's on my team too. God damn it.
Yeah.
Right, I'm back there. Okay.
He's on my team too. Let's still target him.
All right, it's Team Canada, man.
All right,
We gotta show 'em how our
everyone move
dragoons do
away
it.
from the Hoffman.
Yeah, move away from Elias Hoff.
I'm between a rock and a hard place, apparently.
Too low.
Is this like everyone at once, or? Oh shit! Wrong way.
Everyone move back.
Move back. Oh shit! There's a wall there, isn't there? Fuck! I didn't see that. Oh shit! It cleared it! It cleared it! Haha!
Ow! Oh, poor Mr. Alert.
I didn't see the wall either. Whoops.
Oh shit!
Oh god!
Yes! This time we have all the luck on our team. Like, here's all the shields. Here's none of the shields.
You're welcome, Sandy, by the way. Yeah, piss on the Hoff.
Oh shoot.
Hi, Scott. Hi, Scott. How's it going?
That's useless. This. Interesting.
I was actually targeting Elias Hoff.
You did. You pissed all over him.
Nope.
Ow.
Ow.
Ow. Ow.
Ow. Knowing you, Mr. Alert.
Welcome back to Linux Owcast.
No, it's still not useful. Oh, that'll work. And scoop myself back a bit. This will be good. Just shut the pussy.
Ow. Why? Why?
I'm digging deeper into that hole.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess I'm stuck in this hole. Because my traction level isn't enough.
Let's go. Uda!
Alright.
I
Alright.
don't think this is going to be enough, but we'll see.
Ah,
Nah.
Ow.
No.
Damn it.
overshot.
Ow. I'm dead.
Bye-bye, Pedro.
Wow, boy, Mr. Alert, you barely missed that.
Alright, so too much power. I gotta give it less. Assuming I stay in this spot.
Okay.
No. Oh, good job, Scott. You took that for me like a champ.
You're
Set
welcome.
My pedestal.
Banana away!
Yep. Oh, come on.
Banana!
Yep, speaking of banana, can I just lip dick that and get that? Nope. Oh, smart.
Ugh.
Oh.
So
Swing and a
close.
miss, bitches.
Little
So-
early. Oh, I saw
At least we got.
Oh.
At least we got a black hole.
Physics be damned.
Ooh, snake. Snake.
If you hit someone with that
Glum.
digger,
Whoop.
Just straight up sucked up the...
Hit the singularity right in the event horizon.
smash that
Portals.
like. Oh, if I can land it. Land that. Please let me.
All right,
I think I made an awful mistake, but we'll see.
we've all made terrible mistakes. Oh, eat shit,
Is this gonna
Rohit.
hit? It
What-
does.
Ow.
Bonk. Bonk.
Bonk. Now.
Oh, this is actually a pretty nice position to be in. I got a portal. That's pointing shit directly away from me. This is nice. I like it when this
Well,
happens.
the problem
to me.
is the entrance portal is right near them. If they shoot it in, they'll probably hit us.
Yeah,
Who just
but
killed themselves?
they're not. But that's assuming they're clever enough to do that.
Oh, poor Rohit.
That's what a roller does, by the way.
Yeah, if you run it, yes. That's what it does. You're meant to fire it up and over. Oh, god damn it, now my bouncy.
Bye,
is my
Mr.
point.
Alert.
Wow, that snake was
I'm
useless. Oh,
Yep. Good
all
sneak.
right.
Hey, Van, how you doing?
Hi, Scott. I'm doing fine.
And
How are
then you
you?
can pick that up and get some more weapons. Wish.
Watch Ven like 1v like all us and win. I don't know.
Whoa!
What the hell?
Oh, you still got him.
Grab the gear, someone.
There's a gear? I didn't see it.
You know what really grinds my gears?
Take my
Back here.
banana.
Matza.
Banana straw.
Ute!
Matza. Oh, Pennywise. Oh!
Oh.
Yeah, see, I don't gotta do matzah anymore because I don't live with my parents, so I can eat what I want when I want.
You don't ever
Which is
have that S&M moment where you just want to
Oh
feel it
god,
cutting
no,
your
not
insides
the
up.
zipper.
Ow, 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 ow. What do I have left? I wonder what Earthquack does. Quack.
It quacked.
It just hurts him for 10. That's all. Hurts everyone for 10. That's all.
Oh, sorry,
I hit
Elias.
Elias. Friendly fire. Uh-oh.
Oh, what?
You didn't
Same
taste the
for him.
rainbow, Ven.
Nope.
Oh.
Ways.
Oh, hey, Ven. It's your old buddy, the Singularity.
Nice.
You know, you can't move in.
That would take all the fun out of it, Scott.
Especially for the
We
winners.
should be getting some new weapons soon. Almost.
I'm behind 6 boxies.
You are.
You
I don't know what the guppy is, but sure. Oh, wait, I may have just made an awful mistake.
Yes, you have, I would say.
Way ahead of
So I
it.
don't know which one's which.
I'm gonna use the zipper, so I'm gonna install some SUSE packages. I'm gonna install some SUSE packages on Ven.
No, I made a good mistake. Good mistake.
Gonna install TikTok on
God.
Ben's computer.
Ven is almost dead.
It was a very good mistake.
You're a good mistake.
That's probably 1990s pop song. Or whatever you'd call, like, you know.
No, that's what your parents begrudgingly tell you.
Oh, no.
That's a solid one. That's a solid
Didn't quite
shoot.
Throw off my shot, but yeah.
I'm going to attack Ven with his weakness. Chicken wings. I missed.
Someone did. Shit.
Woohoo! Oh,
nailed
yay!
it.
Yes.
Then what? Bye bye.
I helped.
MVP!
I dealt 75 damage, despite dying on the first round.
Kick AOI and someone else going in.
All right, Sandy wants in.
All right. How do
Joe
I,
wants
can
in.
you password it?
I
don't think so.
have no idea.
I'm asking Michael.
There is friends only, but I'm not sure if that actually works.
Wow.
I think there's that wrench icon next to the game title up at the top. Maybe you can do something with that.
You
That's
may
just-
have to
I
boot
can
him.
rename it.
Oh, that's just to set the name. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, you can tell
We're
everyone
not-
that it's private and they'll respect it. Come, Sandy, quickly. Do it, Sandy.
Come on.
Someone join. Someone. Anyone.
I've
Whatever, I'll just see.
I've tried.
All right.
You can try again, because there we go.
Oh,
You're in.
Jill's in.
Jill.
All right.
Jill has a really high E ELO.
I'll leave next round so that Sandy can get in.
Right, readying up. Okay, ready up again. There we go.
Ready, Freddy.
Pablo,
Pedro.
come on.
I am ready.
Come on, Perdo.
Now you are.
I had to unready and ready again for it to show on vent screen because I was ready.
Likely.
Go, Van. You have to ready right up.
It's gonna kick the host in 30. What a stupid game.
All right, where am I? Oh, I'm up here.
Okay.
Okay. Hi, Vin. How you doing?
Sub Homer.
So my neighbors are my enemy.
Yep, pretty much.
Hey, Mir, what are we gonna do?
Shoot me.
Die.
I don't know.
Hey, Mir,
Maybe
I heard
for
you shot
Mr.
your
Alert?
lady down.
It took you. Come on, do it. Yeah.
Ow.
Oh, wow.
Great shot.
Nice try, fucko.
Nice try, Jill.
Yeah.
Jill, you hit me. What the fuck?
Yes, I know. I'm sorry.
Jill's like the worst teammate to have.
Oh shit! No, they're on my team. Fuck.
Oh, I got all 3 ball.
Did you shoot us?
Yeah.
Yes.
Thanks,
Yep.
Foxy.
Thanks, Fox.
All right.
Or maybe I misjudged it. It'll go over.
Ow! Oh God!
No, I did not misjudge it.
Oh.
Ow.
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 You know what?
That hit-
I'll take
Okay.
that.
Fuck you guys.
That hit me too. That was not a good idea.
Yes.
God damn it.
Hmm.
Oh, this'll work.
I got a feeling Ven's aiming for me.
Oh fuck
At
yeah.
least, at least I got a clear shot at Pedro.
And this time I'm not gonna hit my own teammate. There we go.
Thank you.
Nailed it.
Well,
There
you
we
hit
go.
Ven once.
Stinky balls! Stinky balls! All right. Stinky balls. Stinky balls.
Good luck, Scott.
Are you wishing yourself good luck?
Yes.
All right. It's time for old 3-ball Johnson.
3-ball Johnson.
Oh!
Nice.
Yes.
Woohoo!
Oh, target.
Bonk. Bonk.
Oh, poor Ven.
I don't have. What? Ah, bullshit.
Yes.
Fuck
Don't
you,
hate.
Pedro. It's like, here's some free armor, douchebag.
Very much appreciated.
Oh, what?
Oh, God damn it.
I know that feel, Pedro. I know that feel. All right.
That bounce was not accounted for.
Let's go.
Would you say it's unaccounted for? All
Yes.
Yes, that's exactly where it landed.
right, Pedro. Let's see if I can nail you with the cactus.
15. 14.
Cactus?
No.
Nope, that went.
Oh.
It hit
I hit you.
Foxy and me, so yeah.
All right. Baby steps. Baby steps.
Oh God!
Oh. I
Tanks
do
for
appreciate
nothing.
They haven't changed the music at all.
Thanks for the memories.
No,
Oh,
God!
Mr. Love.
Wow.
There we
So
go.
Ven's firing off into orbit.
God damn it, Jill.
Oh, Jill is
What
very
the-
protected.
What the fuck?
Wow.
What the absolute shit?
What?
Jill just gets a shield
Jill
on her.
is
Oh.
very protected.
Yeah.
Listen, man, the game's got sympathy.
Jill is
Unrealistic.
careful. She can take no damage, but she can damage herself.
Oh shit, no!
Thanks, Foxy.
I hate you, Foxy.
Come on,
I hate
thought
you
I
so
limped
much.
it good enough. I thought I limped it enough. God damn it.
You're the worst.
Indeed I
Shit.
am.
Wait, you're on my team. Fuck.
Oh god damn it. Fuck.
Ow. Alright.
Ah, that missed.
Narrowly missed. Alright. Okay. We're getting into like the sketchy math territory that I can't do in my brain.
No, same.
I just hope this
Alright.
doesn't hit Scott.
Let's hope
Sorry,
this actually
Scott.
works.
Oh
Yeah.
fuck. Oh please. No, I think I fucked up again.
Alright. Woo.
Yep.
Oh!
Oh.
Yeah!
Woo woo!
Oh, I missed slightly.
Wow.
Okay, that worked.
That didn't.
Alright.
Damn it.
I gambled and I won. Woohoo.
The grenade bounced around a little bit and missed. Crap.
Man, it would be great if I got some of these beneficial
for that.
spawns.
Oh!
Ow.
I got a hit.
Hmm.
I'll take it.
Oh!
Alright, what do I got? I got a bulger. Do I want a
Mr.
bulger?
Alert, you're dying.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I think Alan's
Sorry,
relatively
man.
well protected.
Alright.
Oh.
Oh.
Hi, Pedro.
I got the airstrike right on my ass.
Oh!
Oh. But you're
How'd-
still alive, Pedro.
Technically, yes.
How do you like that grave I dug for you?
Now, Mr. Manred and I need to move up.
Right now, I have this wall protecting me, and that's about all I got.
Yep. I got nothing right now. Oh, you hit me
nice.
with one goldfish.
Oh yes!
Too
Oh yeah! Oh fuck! Fuck you, Pedro!
Awesome.
I got a little bit of protection from the AI. Thank you.
Well, considering the angle I have to hit you at, right? Like, that's all the protection. That's directly in my line of fire.
Go banana!
What the fuck is guppies? Is that bad?
The
I have
goldfish.
fuck all idea.
Sure.
All right, I
That's
guess
good.
I'm aiming for Jill.
Oh, sorry, sorry, I'm a fox. Actually,
Oh.
That still hit me
I hit
somehow.
something.
No, I hit Jill. I hit Jordan. Pedro. One of them.
I hit Jill, but I couldn't get at Pedro. There's no way.
I somehow did. I don't know how, but I did.
Right, but yeah, but you
Something
have a
hit
better
me.
you have a better angle to shoot at.
Oh god damn it!
Get fucked. Get fucked. All right. Okay, let's see if
get
I
you
can
out
do
of that
this.
hole. Oh fuck! I think I screwed up. Yep.
Okay.
Oh maybe.
Goodbye,
not.
Van.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, I'm actually in a better spot.
Okay, I'm going to move up, Scott.
Okay, so I hit Jill. I'm trying to take out
Chill
Pedro
out.
though. I gotta take both of them out. So, oh god damn it! just
Up
out
the
of
hill.
reach.
Up the hill. You must go.
So apparently you can upgrade your tank to the point where you can do those steep climbs, but I'm not at that level yet.
Oh, no.
Yes!
Oh.
Yes! Yes!
Oh, that one didn't go far at all. I'm sorry, Pedro.
Alright.
Ute!
Does anyone know what he's saying when he?
He said
Yeah.
booty?
I don't know.
Booty?
Yes.
No, Ute. Ute.
He's saying booty. Okay, got it.
Booty.
Booty.
Everyone went after me.
Ow.
I'm gonna be honest, Jill. That was completely blind fire.
Yeah.
I went after Pedro. I just
Oh God.
popped my grenade on you.
I got them both, which is nice. Nice try, Jill.
No.
And this is gonna kill it.
Lined up.
What the hell is
Okay.
the stream? Let's find out.
It's the R. Kelly one.
Oh, you didn't die from that. Nice.
Oh, hey! Free armor! Nice!
Yeah.
No, not armor.
No,
Weapons. Ammo.
New weapons.
Oh,
New
ammo?
weapons.
Oh, nice. One bounce!
Oh, poor Jill.
Oh, what? Oh, my arcing.
Oh, god damn it. I was all lined up.
Oh, be careful on Foxdog. I pressed fire before I realized that the thing showed up. I am sorry, M. Foxdog.
About to get hit, son. That's what he's
Yeah.
saying.
Well, no, I think it's actually gonna bounce off the thing going
Right.
through the
You're already
wormhole, but
dead.
Just in case,
I
I want to apologize because.
Canadian?
Nope.
Yeah, we know.
Whoop.
Oh, shit.
Oh, mirror. What's the
Oh. Oh.
Rescued from my blunder by bullshit.
Exactly.
It's the American
I am
way.
so protected.
Whoa.
Bye bye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye,
My
children.
people need me.
I got super feet.
Damn it. You
That's
needed
super
baby
sweet,
hands.
But whatever.
No, God.
Yep.
Yeah.
There she
Kill
goes.
thrill. Pretty cool.
Well, you shot me. Does that make you feel good?
Oh.
I dealt
Darn
no
it.
damage.
Headshot MVP.
40 damage.
Second
Wow,
place.
I-
All right.
I
I leveled
just
up.
have 2 less damage than
Yeah.
Scott.
One
I got
Right.
bounce splode.
I got.
Same here.
That one's a fun one. That's a fun
Okay, we'll do one more, then we'll do a free for all, then we get out of
I
here.
got
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
And I'll
Then wait,
leave
what?
so that Sandy can get in.
All right, Sandy. Come
Oh, yes,
Okay.
Sandman.
Give me a
Oh,
moment.
that was nice. Mirror.
Let me get out so that I can get out.
Get out!
Okay, I'm out. Come on, Sandy.
Sandy, you can
Do it.
join.
Sandrew Martin, come in.
There he
There he
is.
Yeah.
Yay!
Get
Ultimore.
Good old Frank Langella Skeletor. Frank Langelator. Sabotage.
Sabotage.
What's happening?
Obelisks looks pretty good.
Where? Oh,
Bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, way down the bottom, that one. Yeah.
Boop.
Oh, ready.
Oh, ready up.
Every time he makes a change, you gotta re-ready.
Yep.
Scott wants to
Yeah.
get bananas.
Scott, come back and eat them with unblinking eye contact. I wonder if all the Canadians are gonna end up on one team.
Oh, there's no teams. This is straight free for all.
Oh shit!
We kill
All right,
each other.
all right, Canadian Civil War.
Scott.
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 Oh, sorry. I went.
Scott.
And this is gonna be like, I don't know. I don't know where he went.
Gonna be kicked in a second.
Scott.
Click ready, man.
I upgraded my tank's steering so I can climb steep hills now.
Yeah.
Hopefully I'll be less boxed in.
There
I don't
he
know.
is.
There it is. Oh shit. All right.
Oh. All right. Who have I got?
Oh, I don't know.
Sorry, I wasn't
Hi.
my break.
Hi, Foxy. Oh, shoot only. Shoot only, eh? Interesting.
Oh,
Oh,
shite.
I took too long. Oh! Boink.
Ow, ow, ow.
Oh, actually, you know who I don't trust?
Me.
Pennywise.
Shifty Canadians. I think I overshot that. I definitely overshot that. Pennywise, I implicitly trust you. You are harmless.
Yay. Boop.
Oh man.
Okay, that was Mr. Alert taken care of.
Mr. Alert, we need to practice. You, me, and Foxy.
I don't need to practice. I'm fine.
Yeah, but you need to teach us, Senpai.
You think
Let's
he
level
wants you to be his Kohai, you weeb ass?
Damn it.
I was doing much.
Good.
Oh,
That-
I just got 60
I took a lot of damage there.
A little bit.
What time?
For the record, what I was saying is ute, which means fire cannon in Japanese.
Booty. Get it.
Right, fair enough.
Booty.
Ute.
Sandy just killed himself.
I dead. I'm dead.
I took Pedro out in 3.
I took down Mr. Alert and I think Jordan.
Yeah.
Okay, playing it with a tight time is a little more entertaining for me.
Oh man, no rainbow for you. You don't get.
I'm sorry, Sandman.
You don't get to be fabulous.
No, you're not.
You don't have to
Aw.
apologize now, Jill. It's free for all.
Yeah. It's PvP.
Yeah, there's no teams.
Jordan's already dead, Jill.
Stop! I'm already dead.
Yeah, I think. Oh, Scott, that's cheap. That was cheap. Using the earthquake. Don't have to... Oh, very close on the sniper.
God damn it!
The guppies are really coming out in these matches.
Well, they give us a lot, and they give us like 4 of them.
Yeah. There you go. There.
All right, now it's
you got
Ben
me.
versus Scott. Are you gonna try and use the portal to your advantage, or are you gonna try and weave it?
I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Apparently, that's what happens.
Yeah.
Free health? Alright, fine.
New weapons. Not health.
See if you can handle the whatever I just clicked. Yeah! Take that.
Take that, Foxy!
Oh, bye then.
Scott wins.
No.
I am crushed. Oh. The defeat.
I did better than Sandy, and that's the important thing.
Scott is MVP.
I earned a token. And I
Nice.
unlocked a bounce explode. Yes, finally.
Yeah.
My dreams of bounce explode.
MP3, 3 rounds in a row.
You better not get a
No,
tombstone, Scott, because I'm
You
going to
can-
outlive you, and I'm going to carve that on there.
You can hit. Oh wait, that's over. It's all over.
I love this game now that it works.
That's it's a broad interpretation.
I've got
When
a
did it
video of
not
it
work?
early on, and
Listen, it's
not
Mirror we're
loading.
talking about.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
technical problems abound, and there's no mysterious explanation, and then all of a sudden it works.
Yep. Dude, we got to get out of here. It is already past midnight. Damn.
Yes.
Ah.
That's your
So,
bedtime.
I get really cranky if I don't get a nappy.
I look forward to, let's see. What is it, Jill? 8 o'clock there? Do you think you'll be able to crawl out of bed before noon?
I won't.
I mean, that's usually the time I wake up on Sundays. After sleeping for like 5 hours, yeah.
Nice. Hey, hopefully you'll get more than 5 hours of sleep. Thank you, each and every one of you, for watching this. And come back next week where the party continues. Firing away, shooting one, exploding all over you.
Exploding all over your back.
Bounce-sploding, because it bounces. And then
In a
it
good way.
explodes.
And tune in Tuesday for Shaved Back Tuesdays with Pedro playing.
Playing with a straight racer?
Shave back souls. Yes.
He's got it on a stick. It's automatic.
Yep. he put it on a weed whacker. He's going to town.
Kind of everyone. We'll see you next
Bye-bye.
week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Love you.
Bye.